Hey everyone, my name is Danilo Petrovic.
I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Denis Kudla.
I'm Evgeny Donskoy.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I'm Peter Torebko, and you're listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Started off the year with 17 Grand Slams. Now he's on the brink of 21. I don't know if anybody can stop him. Is he gonna become the greatest of all time?
Hey, welcome back, tennis fans. Here we go for another day of US Open action. I'm super excited for this one. It was the one we all hoped was going to happen, and it looks like it is. We've got Jannik Sinner. He is the 20-year-old youngster from Italy up against the young German who is in hot form coming into this tournament, Alex Zverev. Sasha to his friends. He is looking to get his first US Open title after falling down at the final hurdle last year against Dominic Thiem. It's a super exciting one. Zverev dropped his first set of the competition in the last round. Remember, Jack Sock was the man who took it from him, and he actually had a negative record against Jack Sock. I'm not sure many people even realize that. Obviously, Jack Sock, a very, very accomplished player, but just sort of on the comeback really, and just went out injured later on in that match, which he had a heavy strapping on his leg. Zverev looked good though, served well for the second, third, and what there was of the fourth set. And Jannik Sinner, he went through in 5 sets against Gael Monfils, and it was quite a matchup. Sinner should have had it wrapped up though. And if you don't take your chances against these top players, they will come back and punish you. And he cannot afford to be as wasteful as he was against Monfils here against Zverev, because he will not let you off. That's for sure. Well, he was a break up in the third set and fourth set, I believe, against Monfils. And he ended up losing both those sets. Zverev, he's been looking very, very good. He beat Sam Querrey, Albert Ramos, and Jack Sock after a Jack Sock retirement. Sinner has beaten Max Purcell in 4, Zachary Svaja, the young American, in 4 as well, and also Gael Monfils. This is the third time these two are going to be meeting. The other times they played, that was actually, the last time was in Cologne, and that was on the hard courts. That was when, remember, Zverev had that crazy run where he won both of the tournaments in a row. And just before that, they played about 3 weeks prior in the French Open. And Jannik Sinner has won their only ever Grand Slam matchup, 3-1, knocking him out of the French Open last year. Is that a sign of things to come? Is the young Italian getting better on the big stage? We're going to find out here, because we know that his clay court form is fantastic. Let's see what his hard court form is like. They're just kicking off right now. Oh, and Sinner is serving first. Right. Let me know. We got some people. We got Paul in the live chat saying good day. Good day to you, buddy. Great to have you in again. Let me know what your score predictions are going to be in this one. I'm excited to hear if people are giving Jannik Sinner a chance. Bear in mind, you beat him in the French Open, or are people seeing the Zverev form and saying, yeah, there's no way he can touch him. I think Jack Sock would have given Sinner a bit of encouragement, though. And we've got the annoying shadow on the court again. So one person's going to be playing in the shade at the bottom of the court, and one person is going to be playing in the sun at the top of the court. Wow. We've got LS Fire saying Sasha has the well-ventilated outfit. Yes, indeed. I quite like the Sinner outfit today. He's got the retro Nike white with blue, red sleeves and a yellow cap today. Quite liking that. Zverev wearing, probably not the best for the sun, but he's wearing like a sort of a black outfit today. Not sure that's the best one to go with. LS5 going Zverev in 3 with baked goods included. Oof. You're not giving him much of a chance there, LS. Sinner. He's got 4 years on him. Sinner's surely going to come good at some point in one of these, and you'd think it would probably be a hard court. In America would be his best sort of place. I know he did well in Miami, getting to the final, and I think it lost just to Hubert Hurkacz, but Hurkacz also likes it on those American hard courts. All right. Well, Liam's in as well. How you doing, buddy? Nice to have you in. Saying the heart says Sinner, the head says Zverev. Well, you all know I'm not. I wouldn't say it in that sort of respect. My bracket says Zverev, and my button says Sinner. That's what sways me with who I want to pick in this one. I prefer the Sinner button. I would like it if I do get to press a few Sinner buttons today, but I don't mind if we have a Zverev button as well. And Zverev's starting to serve quite nicely there. And someone in the crowd's got an early souvenir, it looks like. That's nice. Good for them. Good day out already. They're sitting in the sun, enjoying the tennis. Got a drink. Now got a tennis ball in your drink. Zverev going big. Ooh, ball boy nearly got hit with that one. It's nearly made it all the way back down to Zverev, though. Second serve. Into the net from Jannik Sinner there. And then you got to remember both of these buttons for these players. It's going to be a dance-off on the buttons today. 2 of the dancing buttons going to do battle today. We got Almino. Good to have you in, buddy. One of the patrons. Great to have you in. Obviously, Liam, another patron joining us. We've got a Sinner in 4 prediction from Almino. Cool one saying, is JG doing exams? He's revising for the exams at the moment. Well, but we will have a little surprise. There might be someone of a silk variety joining me for this match. So I have to wonder if you can guess who it is. It's already cracked open a side. And very hot here again today in the UK. Nice weather. Enjoying it. It's about 25 again, 26. Yeah, exactly. JT saying whoever has the better button, I predict will win. Well, I'll let you be the decider on that. And Zverev does hold. It's long from Jannik Sinner on the return. Nice. Well, I'd say sort of nice serving. He didn't get many first serves in there. Wasn't the best, but it was good enough. Sinner didn't do much with the return. Zverev currently, I'm just going to have total this one up. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's on a 15-match winning streak at the moment since his loss to Felix Auger-Aliassime at Wimbledon. Nice serve there from Jannik Sinner, and so far Not really many rallies going on at the moment, but I think we expect that sometimes with some of these Zverev encounters. Jannik Sinner, not so much. Normally likes a bit of a rally. We'll have to see. This might start hotting up as this set gets more into the business end. Oh, Tatty Champion saying, give you a like again for Mr. Silk. Oh, he's not even here yet, and we've got one. Appreciate that. We've got 40 degrees here today in Thailand. Oh, sounds scorching. Whereabouts in Thailand is it, Paul? Let us know. I'm sorry if you've already said it before. 12 Travel saying, do you think Rafa can take heart from the fact that both Sock and Harris, his Washington ops, have had good US Open? Well, I didn't think he did that. I don't think it was that shameful for Rafa to lose to Harris. I think Harris on his day he beat Dominic Thiem earlier this year as well. He beat Chapo as well. Been beating some good players. He's definitely rising through the ranks. He's hitting some of the best form of his career. So I don't think that you can say he's any schmuck. And especially if you have an off day against any of these top 50 players, they're going to beat you. There we go. An early window of opportunity for Alex Zverev. 15:30 on the Jannik Sinner serve. Yes, and we got Cinderella Daniela saying, yes, hello, tennis fans. Hello, fans. How are you doing? Good to have you in. Serjan saying, here in Serbia, a little colder today. 23. It's my favorite temperature. So great. 23 is perfect. You're living the dream. Well, my dream anyway. And Paul saying, it's Koh Samui Island. Okay. Yeah, I think you did say this once before. And apologies, I can't read your name. You'll have to tell me what the English translation would be. But my prediction of the match, tennis match, Zverev and Sinner, it will be 6-2, 6-3, and 6-4 for Zverev. My friend, Alexander Zverev, good luck. It's a nice message. 30-all here, and his second serve. Is Zverev going to start turning the screw soon? I haven't given my prediction here today, but I also too believe. Who was it who said in 4? But I think someone went. Did you say? Was it Almino said Sinner in 4? Yeah, I'm going to go Zverev in 4. I know that there's part of me that thinks JG would probably go Zverev in 3. If he's listening, let us know in the live chat, JG. If not, we'll just find out when I get to speak to him. Oh, nice backhand there from Sinner. And it's looped long from Zverev. We've got Mondan saying Zverev struggles versus Sinner. But he is in good form, though. You got to remember that. He's not won 15 matches in a row for no reason. Oh, JT saying, I'll just put my house on Opelka winning the Open. Let's go. God, wow, imagine if that happens. People in America go pretty mad. I can't see it happening. I think Opelka's good. I just think he struggles at the big moments in matches with his serve. And when that's your main weapon, you can't afford to have it faltering at big moments. Nice backhand. Winner there from Jannik Sinner. And we got Tassani there joining us, saying good evening. Yeah, early evening here. It's 20 past 5. I feel like I'm losing track of the days. It is a Monday. Yeah, it's crazy. We've got Maria Tambe in saying, hi, nice to hear from you again here in northern Italy. 30 degrees. Wow, fantastic. Jannik Sinner is going to absolutely win. He has an old little thing to be cleared off. So, via Jan. Well, I'm sure JG will be cheering on with you because I know that JG has family from northern Italy as well. So, maybe you know each other. Yeah, let's wait and see what I'm interested to hear. Which way Mr. Silk is going to be giving his opinion on this match. I know that he's a fan of both players, but I know he's a man of good reason as well. So JG saying, where is Mr. Silk? He said he'd be here in about 5 minutes. So we want to know your prediction, JG. Let us know in the live chat. Got Paul saying at first, I think Sasha in 3, but I totally agree with you. Sasha in 4. Yeah, I was of that mind, but it's sort of looking at their past matches, of the fact he dropped a set to Sock as well. Yeah, Zverev in 4. JG's going for the same as me. So I think there'll be a lot of those ones. Zverev, well, could we see 5 here today? I mean, it would be pretty mad. The last time they played on hard court, though, it was indoor hard, though, and Zverev, that is sort of his much better surface, and he did sort of just beat him straight sets. The scoreline was 7-6, 6-3. So close sets, but still got it done. Oh, Alex, we got Alex in the chat saying I had to do some conversion, but here in Florida it is 31. It feels like 37 due to humidity. Yeah, thanks for doing the conversion, because if you sent in Fahrenheit, well, you have no idea in the UK. Into the net there from Sinner, and started well. Followed up with a little bit of a dodgy one there. Needs to stay on top. Oh, just bear with me 2 seconds. Just misses the serve down the tee. Nice forehand. Looped up there from Zverev. And it's a forehand inside out from Sinner. Oh, a nice winner there from Jannik Sinner. Forehand cross court into the forehand side. Really, really good hitting. And that's what we can expect to see. Maybe it's helping just being in the shade, the shady end. Who knows? Yeah, indeed. Some other matches going on right now. I know that everybody's saying it. Wow, Iga's in a battle right now. She is 10-all in the tiebreak in the first set with Belinda Bencic. It's pretty mad, that. I mean, what an epic first set. I thought that was going to be a very close match. And Bencic been one of the in-form women's players, really, at the moment on tour, especially on those hard courts. And it's 2 break points early on here for Jannik Sinner, and Zverev not playing great so far. A little bit worrying for him. Loose forehand there. Jannik Sinner has an opportunity. Is Zverev going to extinguish these with some big serves? That one will do. Sinner can only just get it back, but just long. Yeah, we got 80 meters in. Is that what you want me to call it? Sinner already bringing out the winners. And we got Deepanshu saying Sinner is a killer. Well, Belinda Bencic has set point and serving for it in the other match. Oh, it's a shank from Jannik Sinner. It flies into the rafters, that one. Oh. I think somebody else just got a present. Zverev serving, juice. Save the break points. Oh, misses the first serve. Bencic just wasted her set point in the other match. It's now back at 11-all. Nice serve from Zverev. It's long on the return again, and Sinner needs to get these back into play. Needs to make Zverev play the second shot. It's not good enough just getting a connection that flies long every time. Gonna have to learn. Advantage Zverev. Into the net with the first serve. Second serve. Where is he going to put this one? puts it down the tee. Good return, back into play this time. Zverev's hooked his backhand wide, and you see what happens. You get it into play. Zverev's not playing that great at the moment, and he's making a lot of errors. Just need to make him play the ball. Hopefully Sinner will realise that now. Back at deuce. Zverev, where is he going to put? He needs to get the first serves in at the moment. That's not. He's missed another one. He's not finding many first serves. You can see there 50% only on his first serves in at the moment. Needs to up that percentage. Wow. An ace on a second serve. Well, maybe he doesn't need to up the first serve percentage. If he can do that, it doesn't matter, does it? Crazy. Wow. We got saying Zverev will win. Only Djokovic can take him over 5 sets. Oh, good, great. Another ace there from Alex Zverev. That's very, very clutch serving when it mattered. And Jannik Sinner now had the break points and lost them, unfortunately. Never mind. Still on serve. Just got to make sure you hold your serve now, Jannik. Right, I think Mr. Silk's nearly ready. Right, okay. Mr. Silk will be with us in a second. Sorry, I'm just trying to sort out his access. Apologies. Oh, we've got someone in from Twitter as well. Hey, how you doing? Good to have you in. Liam's still following the Eager match over there. I know Liam's a very big Eager fan, so he's an Eager Beaver. No, oh, good length on the backhand from Sinner. Long on that one. And podcast talk show saying I have Q&A questions for you. Well, doesn't the Q stand for question? I have a question and answer question for you. Oh, wow. There's just too many questions in there. We need to talk about the tennis. I might try and answer some of these at some point. For now, I'll get back to the match. Paul wants to know where I live in the UK, in London. Just on the west side. Don't know how they do that. How's the rappers? West side. I don't know if that's right or if it's offensive. Apologies if it is. And Bencic now 13-12 in that first set tiebreak. She has set point again. What a mad first set. And we'll be covering, you got that right, after this match. Emma Raducanu is up against Shelby Rogers. Can't wait for that one. Super excited. Backhand from Sinner. It's into the net, and he's giving Zverev break points now. Is it Zverev going to be the one who takes over here? Sinner had his chances on the Zverev serve. 2 break points early. You've got to take them against Zverev. He's such a big server. Once he's warmed up, that serve is going to be firing aces down. Well, he even served a few aces even when he wasn't doing too well. Good serve there from Sinner. There you go. He saves one. He's got his own big serve. Zverev looking annoyed, looking at his box. $30-40. Yeah, so far, I agree with that. As far, bad quality match so far. Yeah, there's not really been anything of note. One winner from Sinner was probably the best shot so far. Other than that, I've not been impressed. And there you go. Bencic has taken the first set. Thanks, Shavum. It is 14-12 as well. What a tiebreak that is. And there he goes. Alex Zverev does break. It is long from Jannik Sinner. It's only fair that we get the first dancer out. It's Alex Zverev. Wow. Just like that, it turned around in an instant. Whoa. We've got 3-2 in this one. I'm just checking the other one. Yeah, it did finish 14-12. I can't believe both players had set points, I think, in that women's first set tie break. What a dramatic one. Yeah. 5 set points. Yeah, 5 set points for Bencic, and I think 4 for Iga, I believe. Yeah, 4 for Iga as well. She had 1 in the actual set, but didn't get around to taking it, and that was at 6-5. Ended up in the tie break, and it was what a tie break. Don't get many like that. All right, I believe there's a man with a plan, and I'm sure he has a lot of fans in the GTL community. He's going to be joining us soon. Right, Zverev serving to try and consolidate the break. Now in the shade at the bottom of the court. Yeah, James C saying Sock absolutely dominated that first set against Zverev. Best set of tennis I've seen from him. That forehand winner that took the first set had to be 100 mile an hour minimum. Yeah, he just has a knack of hitting those hard shots. He actually had a winning record against Alex Zverev as well going into that match. Pretty crazy when you think about it. Not many people would have really expected that. But he showed he's of high stock. He won a set off Rafa earlier on in the year. And he's proven that he's sort of on the comeback. It's just a little bit sad that he got that. I'm not sure if it was quadricep or if it was hamstring. It was that top part of his thigh. He was limping round, couldn't do anything. Yeah, Meg's Carpentry in. How are you doing? They're second on the top tippers, saying spend so many 5-setters matches in this US Open. Amazing. It really is. I feel that every Grand Slam we cover, it just gets better and better and better. And the more and more 5-setters. It's always better when you watch a 5-setter, isn't it? And we had it with Alcaraz last night. But anyway, Mr. Silk is ready to join us. How are you doing, John?
I'm good. And how's it going? How's it going in the match and how's it going in general?
The match, I wouldn't say it's the highest standard yet at the moment. There's been a lot of people just hitting it long, wide. There's another one from Zverev. It's just been the sort of story. Someone serving, the return flying long. There's not been many rallies. And when there has been, we've seen maybe one or two good shots. I haven't really been blown away yet, but Zverev's got the break.
Yeah, I mean, before the match or even just in the last couple of hours, I was just thinking about these two and thinking about their strengths and weaknesses. And Zverev's obvious bigger strength is his first serve. They've spoken about how the courts have been sped up a little bit this year, potentially to be advantageous to the server or the big servers, although with the exception of Riley Opelka and probably Zverev, the other big servers have already gone out. And then you think about Sinner's clear weakness is his serve in general. That's kind of the thing that's kind of separating him from me in the upper echelons of the game. And so I just think with Sinner's serve, I don't think it's enough to win a slam or even potentially get to a final right now. I think his sort of level is winning 500s as he did a couple of months ago. That was a nice little breakthrough for him. I think he beat McDonald in the final, didn't he? Maybe about 4 weeks ago. Yeah. So that's nice. But I just think that this combination, I hope I don't end up having to eat my words, but this combination should suggest a Zverev win today.
Should do. 1 second. Yeah. I was thinking maybe in 4. I know the last time they met in a slam, it was the French and Sinner won in 4 sets, but it's
different surface. I mean, kind of obvious, but I think the big server. I mean, Zverev actually is a pretty good clay court player for someone who tends to rely on their serve. But perhaps that the matchup there's a bit more evened out, if you like, and then it just depends on who's best on the day. But that's a nice volley there from Sinner to bring up 30 love. He needs to just try and hang in there. I mean, with Zverev, we do know that when it gets tight, he can throw in a couple of double faults. But to be honest with you, his form this year, certainly since the Australian anyway, has been pretty good in terms of that. I mean, is he the joint second favorite with Medvedev? Maybe not, because he's in the same half as Djokovic. But it's those three really that are vying for the title, as far as I'm concerned.
Not Alcaraz.
I mean, listen, he could get to the semi-finals. There's no reason why he couldn't beat Felix.
Exactly.
So once you're there, but he would be the outsider of the four, I would imagine, whoever the four are. But yeah, I mean, listen, it would be wild if he was to win the title, but he's not among the favorites, that's for sure.
Yeah, nowhere close. And plus, if you keep playing 5-setters, eventually it's going to catch up with you.
Yeah, even a youngster like him.
You
lucky boy!
I know.
Lucky boy.
that was one of the most cruel ones I've seen in a while. It hit the net cord and just died. It literally nearly just rolled down the other side of the net. They're the worst.
There's some that flick off the net and deceive the opponent, but that one just hit the net and then dropped dead. By the way, I just want to quickly mention some of the issues last night between Muguruza and Krejcikova. I watched the match, but
same.
There was, and I'm just reminded of that, seeing that net cord, because I could see that she was getting agitated, Muguruza, and Sinner's just obviously held his serve there. I could see Muguruza was getting agitated, especially during that 5-minute break that she took before, I think it was the tie break that ultimately sealed the match. It got to sort of 5 minutes.
6-5 on it.
Yeah, 6-5. So the 5-minute clock was up. She was very aware of it. There was sort of a couple of sort of paces up and down, and you could see she was getting more and more agitated. And then if there was any doubt, this is long before the exchange at the net that most people have hovered on.
Yeah.
If there was any doubt, though, it was actually about 5 minutes before she hits a net cord. I think at about 4 or 5-2 down in the tiebreak. It was super lucky, much like that was there. I think it was a really wayward shot, or was probably going to go out, and it hits the net cord. It saves her, it bounces in. Does she even consider a little,
No.
Not at all. Not at all.
And do you think that's the reason for it all? Or
I mean, the reason that Muguruza was annoyed was because she was in a flow. Now, I see both sides. I think it's one of those. I think it's far more different to Tsitsipas, who's using it as a tactic. I think it would be very harsh, and we could never say if Krejcikova was using it as a tactic.
I think you got to judge every case
by case.
Case by case. And she's never done this type of thing before. I don't think you can jump on her back. I think it's like the type of thing you saw her on the court when it was around about coming towards the end of that set, and she looks like she was really struggling. She was like there was something wrong with her. She had her face was like a beetroot. She was clutching at her stomach all the time. She sat down for a bit and they came over. They were trying to massage it. It must have been in they would have to take her clothes off or something. So they took her behind. That's the only reason she went off court, was so that they could probably do it more in depth.
The umpire actually said it. The umpire made a comment, something along the lines of, she's having a timeout and she's gone to the changing room because, this is a private issue or whatever.
Felt terrible for her when I saw the end of the match as well. And she actually was in tears pretty much.
Yeah, she was.
And it was and she got helped off the court.
Yeah, she didn't do the encore interview afterwards. Listen, I do see slightly for Muguruza has lost the tennis match. She's fuming. She probably lost the tennis match. She thought that she had a really good chance of winning because, I think she was a double break down in that that second set. She gets back to 6-5. She has 1 or 2 set points, albeit on her opponent's serve. She's got the momentum, and then that happens. Now,
she still had the opportunities to win the match. She still could have. She was still hitting the ball well in the tiebreak. That's why I don't understand the complaints. I get it that she lost and there was a delay. She was not hitting the ball badly, though.
I agree, but there is just one more thing, though, Ben, is that she's got an opponent who I think is genuinely hurt or genuinely unwell. 100%. Don't doubt that. But what Muguruza is thinking is she's just won 8 points in a row, having come back from that. So I think she lost the game to Love. And then she lost, I think, the first 3 points of the tiebreak. So anyway.
Yeah, she did. the shots that Krejcikova hit when she came back were clean winners as well.
Yeah, I know.
Amazing. But who's to say that when she went off, they massaged her, gave her like something to numb the pain. She came back on court and was able to play better, like normally for
And
at least a couple of games.
And also thought, you know what, I can't be hanging in points here and doing
No.
long rallies. You know, I need to be getting this over and done with. Anyway, let's get back to today's action.
Yeah.
Sorry for that little interlude, Ben.
No, I think it was just a very interesting thing because I went back and just because I saw all the comments, I didn't get to watch it, but I went back and watched the final set of the match just to see what all the uproar was about. And I can understand it, but if it was like, that's why I could understand when certain people are getting annoyed. Remember when we had fairly recently, Rublev started attacking Monfils on the court because he said, you have the most medical timeouts of everybody on the tour. And started actually laying into him on the court saying, this is just... And then he apologized to him and said, I'm sorry to have said that. And then they continued. And then he said, I'm not doing it like... And Krejcikova finished the match and went over and just went, I'm sorry. She didn't even say, she said, thank you, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she did.
So unprofessional, whatever. And
yeah.
I was just thought she even apologized to you, and you didn't. I don't think it was the need for. Obviously, she's annoyed. She's gone out, but it was a little bit. She's not known for doing that, so unless she's a constant offender, I don't think you can be like that. Unfortunately,
no, and I think you're right. Muguruza was probably overstepped the mark. I just say that I just understand her annoyance. It would be great. Sure. It would be great at some point in the next day or two if she sort of comes out and just apologizes, said that she was really frustrated in the heat of the moment, and doesn't suggest that there was any skullduggery or any wrongdoing on the part of her opponent. But anyway, I just saying that I understand her frustration. That's what I mean. You lose a tennis match, you win it. You're sort of not winning, but your momentum is on your side, and it gets taken away from you. And then your opponent goes and kind of wipes you off the court again, like she had done in the first set, in the first set and a half, really. But then Muguruza, I think, at a double breakdown, just started hitting unbelievable shots. I think she just went for it. She just went for it, and it was working for her. And it just, unfortunately, she was redlining so much that I think ultimately she couldn't quite keep up throughout the tiebreak. But anyway, it's all good fun. I mean, it's all part of the entertainment, and there's nothing harmful in it. And Ben, by the way, don't know if you've noticed the T-shirt, US Open.
Really. Oh, nice, mate.
Oh, maybe I'm not showing it very well.
Nah, but I've just got a small screen. That's why I can't see too well.
Anyway, hopefully someone in our wonderful Game to Lovers audience can see it.
I'm sure they can. Someone's got you on the big screen somewhere, mate. Sure.
Yeah. Right, let's get back to this.
Indeed. It is 40-15 Jannik Sinner. We've got Liam there said, I swear, Rublev said that whilst Monfils was puking on the court.
Yeah, I think it might have been. Yeah, right.
I know. How dare you do this? You know how to just make yourself sick. Anyway. Because they're into rallies now, see? Maybe we killed a bit of time, so they let them warm up. Whoa, big winner! Sasha Zverev! Lovely hitting. Lovely hitting.
I mean, I think if there's a couple of things that Zverev has improved this year, I would say his second serve is not quite as vulnerable. He says that, and it'll probably be some bizarre second serves at some point that ultimately cost him the title.
On second serve already today.
Has he? Yeah. So his sort of nerve, accuracy, power. I mean, he sort of went from one extreme to other last year on in his second serve. He either went crazy hard on it and ended up double faulting, or he just did a sort of 83. I mean, in that US Open final last year, sort of 83 mile an hour second serves or whatever they were, or 78 miles, and team was just mopping them up.
Yeah, true. There you go. Sinner's missed one down the line there. And I think that the one thing that many people don't give Zverev credit for, there's a lot of people out there who just say, oh, yeah, he's just a serve bot, or, oh, yeah, well, he's just a big serve. And I think his recovery skills are some of the best out of all the players on tour. I know we say it with Djokovic, and we see it with Medvedev as well. He's so good at just getting things back. Zverev is right up there. He manages to get a racket on nearly everything. It looks like a winner. It's not against him. You have to change your game. And that's what I think Jannik Sinner's experiencing here. Certain shots that are normally winners are now not winners, and now you have to try and hit lines to hit winners, and that when you start hitting the mistakes, and that's what we're seeing here. Unfortunately, it's set point now.
Yeah,
from a winning position. It's just 3 or 4 points in a row, though.
Yeah, here we go. Backhand to backhand
Oh,
there. Backhand tries to go down the line, but into the net. Yeah,
risky one that.
Yeah, it was, but I think it was probably the right shot to play, but obviously over the higher part of the net. I think his return as well is okay. I mean, you know, it might get mocked in certain circles, but I think it's okay. And in fact, it was actually his pretty decent deep return that set up set point to some extent there. But ultimately, he's back on juice here. Okay, and he's just gone long there, so it's now game point.
Circles that you roam in? Are they the ones that are mocking it?
No, I'm not. I'm not mocking his return to serve. I would highlight his second serve on a few occasions, but anyway, game point Sinner.
JG pointing out 58 likes on the video. Guys, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're new, because we're going to be bringing you Raducanu after this one.
What do you think of her chances?
I don't even want to guess, John. I don't even want to guess. I
think
just want to watch. I just want to watch it, and I want to just see the same thing I saw in that last round, and I just want to go crazy just watching it and just be super excited if she wins the match. I can't even give a prediction. I'm just going to say I'm just there as a fan in the next match. Massive GB fan, rooting for her to go through into a quarter final. I mean, she's her second fourth rounder. Sam, some people don't even ever get to a fourth round of a slam. This is a second in a row. She
will have a kind of reverse Wimbledon scenario, you would think. I mean, I think she's attracted some support because her story is quite nice. But now she's coming up against someone from the US, so
yeah, she'll be able to have a lot of support after that Barty match.
You would think that the majority of support would be of her opponent, but I actually don't think that'll. You don't think so?
I'm not sure. I think it might be 50-50. I think if she plays the way like she did against Tormo, the crowds are flocking to see her style of play because she's just going for everything, hitting winners after winners, running to the net, drive volley, just trying to just demolish the opponent. And people just love watching that style of tennis. No one wants to be on court and watch the first 5 games we watched on this match where they're just hitting it long, or even some of the Alcaraz match last night. 80 unforced errors from Peter Guyovchik last night. 80?
Dear. I didn't know that.
Alcaraz had about 50. And it was it was one of those matches, but it was still amazing match. But
yeah, it's entertaining.
Littered with errors.
I mean, I don't know what the stats were, but that US Open final last year between Zverev and Team. I mean, I do think pressure was a large part of that from both players. Once Zverev got in the 2-set lead, the pressure got to him. I think the pressure was with Team in the first 2 sets. I think he just didn't turn up. You know, when we look at Team's performance in the semi-finals against Medvedev last year, where he really was very good and was really in a hot streak at that point. But that team, I don't know what the stats were, but in terms of unforced errors, but it's still an entertaining final. It was still an entertaining final.
I thought it was intriguing.
Yeah, exactly. And seeing it go to a 5th set tiebreak. I
mean, which one of these people will actually be able to hit the ball in the court?
I mean, that's the unbelievable thing about tennis. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Whereas other sports, you can kind of just get over the line in a nervous manner because you can see out a clock or just waste time or whatever. Tennis, you've got to go out and take the ball by the horns. You've got to win it. You've got to push over the line yourself. So if you can't do it, as we saw famously in that Wimbledon final, but in 2003, I think it was between Ivan Isavic and Rafter, where neither of them could quite get over the line. Very much like that team Zverev. Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Lovely drop shot there from Sinner. Putting on the pressure when it matters, and it's 30-all with Zverev trying to serve up for the set. We got Liam in the live chat. He said John Silk is the opposite of Jesus. Seems to have turned wine into water. Is that true?
I've also got T on the go as well. I got it all.
T as well. He's got
all going. Yeah,
you're ready for the whole evening's
Yeah,
Matches,
another night shift tonight, and then another
Oh,
night
wow.
shift tomorrow. But then I'm off the rest of the week. I've booked off the sort of the quarterfinals onwards. I'm pretty much off for the whole rest of the tournament.
Set point again.
Yeah, decent serve there from Zverev setting that up.
So how many of these have we seen today? He just serves and then the racket just flies off it long.
Yeah.
I mean, the only people that I see control these serves are really people like Djokovic, to be honest. I don't know how. Murray. Well, Murray used to be so good at it as well. Just block it back. Somehow get a racket on it and it comes back. It's all guesswork, though, surely.
To maybe read, guess, skill, reflexes.
Yeah.
But then there's also the block. And then suddenly he's blocked. I remember a few times against Medvedev in that Aussie Open final. He sort of, there we go. Boom.
First set, Zverev. Go on.
Yeah, just in that Aussie Open, the block return, and the block return would somehow land on the baseline. Anyway,
that's the perfect one, isn't it? Like the block return that just goes deep and just lands, so it resets the rally. We're an hour into the rally, okay, and now if you're a massive server and you're up against someone like a Djokovic or a Murray or someone, that's the last place you wanted to be. Now you're in their world, great. They're going to start pushing you around the court. And you know that they get everything back, so you have to try and hit winners to beat them in a rally. So anyway, Zverev, well done. Sort of got that over the line. Not too much stress there, was it?
Yeah.
There you go, John. We got an American in. Lizzie saying, I'm also an American, and today I'll be cheering on Emma.
There we go.
Great stuff. Go on, Lizzie. That's what we like to hear. Fantastic.
So, yeah, nothing super spectacular there from Zverev in the first set, but just looking at the second serve percentage points won, Zverev was 54, which is okay. And the second serve percentage points won for Sinner was 36. That seems to be a big difference. And that's probably the difference between the two in that first set.
Yeah. Just to touch on the other match that's playing at the moment, we've got Belinda Bencic. She's got a break point after quite an incredible first set, 14-12 in the tiebreak against Iga Swiatek. She took it, and she's just broken in the second set. And it's the one person no one's been talking about really in this tournament. Despite her gold medal at the Olympics, Belinda Bencic might be the one to watch in the women's US Open.
Well,
no
I
one's
think
speaking about
I've switched more horses than a jockey in the women's side. I mean,
she sneaks through though. No one talks about her, and then she just goes through the draw.
Gold medalist.
Exactly. She's been having great form recently. I don't know why no one even gave her a chance.
I mean, if she knocks Swiatek out, that'll be a hell of a scalp.
It'll be massive. And then she'll be into the quarterfinals, and she'll be up against the winner of Raducanu versus Rogers. So you'd have to say she'd be the favourite if she was to go through against either of them.
She would, but you've got Bencic there, and she's obviously favourite now, but we've seen bigger leads than that goes for sure. I mean, you say she's a break up now in the second set, yeah?
Yeah, 3-1 up, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've got Pliskova left, Pavlyuchenkova left, Sakari, Andreescu, Svitolina and Hernandez, and Krejcikova and Sabalenka.
Yeah.
So still a lot of players left.
You'd think in terms of talent or level of whether what's Zverev arguing about there?
He's always arguing about a line call. Stop it, please. Get the review. It will show you that it's wide.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't tell me that's not in. The machine's telling you it's not in. Just accept it.
Isn't the machine fallible though? Isn't it 1% or something?
Oh, come on, though. There's just no point. There's no line judges.
There's no point.
The umpire's not going to.
Well, there's little point. There's little point.
It's pointless.
The only thing is, though, I mean, it's a bit different in other sports, I think. But if you just sort of lean on the umpire a little bit, you might get something later on. Let's just say you've complained about a few times. If you suddenly took 34 seconds for a serve, the umpire might think, oh, I might just let him get away with this because he's he sort of feels wronged a bit. That's part of the reason a lot of times you see it in sport.
What? So you think it's just sportsmanship to try and get something back?
Could be. I mean, if you argue with whoever in life and you suggest that you've been wronged 5 or 6 times, even if maybe it's 50-50 each time, or maybe if you haven't even been wronged, let's just say you do have a moment where you sort of gain an advantage. The idea is that then the referee or the umpire will go, well, okay.
Yeah, you see it before. Yeah, like you give a dodgy penalty and then they have to give you another one.
You see it in football, certainly.
Yeah, they even it up, don't they? We've got JT, also another American, cheering on Emma. Great to hear. We've got St. Julian just cheering on as well there, saying yes, like loving the Raducanu love. And apparently 12 Travel saying the machine is only 99% accurate, but Zverev is 100% accurate.
Yeah.
And Nikita saying the umpire giving a straight. No, it's not.
Nice one, Matika. Nice one.
That's it. Well, it's the way it is. It's the machine. He's not going to overrule technology, is he?
Listen, from that list of a dozen or so players that are still left in the women's draw,
big winner, Jannik Sinner. Beautiful, that.
Boom.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, anyway, go on.
Yeah, from that dozen or so players that are still left, I mean, yes, it would be a surprise at the beginning of the tournament if Fernandez or Raducanu went on to win it, given that certainly Raducanu was a qualifier. I'm not sure about Fernandez, but, that would be a shock and would be unbelievable and would be up there with a sort of, not quite Boris Becker 85 levels, but not far off, qualifiers and, coming from almost nowhere. But Becker didn't come from completely nowhere. I think he won Queens that year, but he was unseeded. But the point is this. Now, today, any of those 12 could win it. Any of them could. There's not one of them that you'd say, well, that would be nuts if they were still to win it,
Yeah. I agree, mate.
I think that, I don't know what the bookmakers are doing, but probably Sabalenka and probably the woman who played last night, the French Open winning,
Krejcikova, yeah.
Yeah, those two probably just in terms of pedigree, but Sabalenka's slam pedigree is not really there, but her world ranking and probably talent is.
Well, so they need to wait. People, I think it's a bit unfair, and then I think it was. She spoke out about it, didn't she? On
Sabalenka?
Krejcikova.
Yeah.
She's a Grand Slam winner who doesn't get any coverage. They don't even put her on like a show court. It's just a bit disrespectful for somebody who is now in the top 10, a Grand Slam winner this year, and they're treating her as if she's like under 25, 30 in the world now.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
No, I think she spoke out, I thought, quite powerfully, and I felt what she was saying. I think it was in a press conference a day or so ago. I don't think it was maybe it was last. No, I don't think it was last night. I think it was the night before. Anyway, whatever. And she has a good point. I think she has been sort of shunted a bit, and anyway, hopefully that will change. And she's certainly got my respect, both as a player and as a person.
Just looking at the men's bracket at the moment, I'm pretty shocked at what I'm seeing. JG winning the men's bracket in the GTL bracket league. What's happened there? George, one of the patrons, second. Jordan, another patron, third. It's pretty incredible, to be honest. We got 12 Travel 21 up there in seventh as well. We got Murph, another patron there in seventh.
JG's top. JG's top.
What's that about?
JG just uses a machine. He just presses, like when you can get your lottery tickets rather than choosing them yourself, you can just get the random ones. He just uses the machine.
We don't get to see his one. That's the thing. I only see my one on the screen. His might be someone else doing his. I don't know.
Yeah. He probably speaks to Greg Rusetsky or something. Greg, what's going on here?
Oh God, I want to speak to him. I might do. I like Greg Rusetsky.
You'd have him on the show. If Greg said, Ben, can I come on and just have a quick chat?
He was one of those ones I used to sort of cheer on, but I was just like, are you really British? Are you Canadian? You sound American to me. I don't know if I trust that you're British.
It was a late adoptee as well. It wasn't like, it's not like someone who sort of, even Lennox Lewis, the boxer at the time, at least I think he moved to the UK when he was 7 and was supposedly a West Ham fan, but I'm not, I think he might have been exaggerating
a bit there. Lennox. Lennox was a universal heavyweight champion.
And he was good. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. He was the champ, so he's definitely ours.
Right.
Goes Zverev
1-1
holds.
there. Yeah. Can you see anything? Can you see this still going? I can still see Sinner getting a set here. If you know, I mean, as someone highlighted before, I watched that sock match to about 3-love in the second, the Zverev sock match, and okay, Zverev was 3-love up in the second, but of course there was the injury that Sock had at the end of the first, and that did seem to swing the match. Now,
yeah, it did. Yeah,
who
massively.
knows? Who knows what would have happened against?
He was
the fully
limping
fit Sock,
around.
Yeah.
He couldn't
Yeah,
even that's why he was trying to hit winners off everything. He couldn't run.
But he won that first set quite comfortably. I think he had 2 breaks in that. I mean, Sinner hadn't faced a break point in the first
Zverev.
2 rounds. Sorry, Zverev. Yeah. Thanks for that. Zverev hadn't faced a break point in the first 2 rounds, and then Sock, and we know he's got a mini track record against him, if you like, was doing really well. And
12 travel coming in to correct you now. Lennox was born in London, moved to Canada, and represented Canada in 2 Olympics, then decided he was actually British.
Yeah, I thought, okay, maybe he left UK when he was 7. That's probably that's why I've got 7 in the mind. But no, feel free, guys, to jump in and correct me.
Exactly.
Your fingers will be aching the amount of times you corrected me throughout this, no doubt. But anyway, can you see Sinner getting a set today?
I said 4. I think he could. I just think he needs to try and hit more winners, though. He can't play this like passive tennis. I'm just looking at what Liam's sending through, saying Sabra's the favourite at 3.2.
Is Svitolina second favourite?
I'm not surprised because Svitolina, what's going on?
No, I would think there's someone between those two. If she's 3.2,
Krejcikova is 8th, 4th favourite, 8th, 8-1. Wow. I think that Svitolina is a real shout for this tournament. After watching what she did to Halep, I was impressed. She's looking really on form right now. She one to watch as well. I think they're all one to watch. I'm hoping
That's the
Andreescu
thing.
does something big.
I'd love to see Andreescu do something big, and I think she is building. And she's got through the first week. So yeah, she's got through the first week. She's playing this evening, isn't she? She's actually getting better. She's winning matches in straight sets rather than tight ones. And I think she was
great Minnan though. So I know that.
Yeah, I know. But you know, she's lost to some minnows throughout the year, so to speak. So
yeah, Minnan was a nice draw for her, I have to say. Even though I always big up Minnan, Zverev's dropped his racket for some reason. What's he doing now?
But she had a really tough first round. I think as tough as they come, really. And she was I think she was either 4-2 or 5. Yeah, right. I mean, that's basically as tough as it gets as a first round.
Yeah.
And I think she was either 4-2 or may even have been 5-3 down in that third set. So it looked like she was going out. I think her opponent was serving for the match, and she managed to pull it back. So yeah, I mean, you might be right. Third round, she was a bit lucky, but you can sometimes this year she's either been losing or winning those matches tightly, whereas at least now she's winning them in straight sets. And I thought the performance in the first round was encouraging. I saw her hitting the ball as hard as she has done it for about 2 years.
You can't remember she got to the final of the Miami Masters this year.
Yeah.
So and she only pulled out due to injury in the final. So she's been all right this year on hard court. It's just one of those things that, do we trust that the injury isn't going to show up again? That's the only thing that concerns me. If it doesn't, she has a chance.
Yeah. She has a chance, as I said, all 12. I really do think. I mean, like I say,
another one.
Yeah, as I say, even the 2 youngsters, Fernandez or who? Okay, here's a question, and please give me an answer. Don't sit on that fence. Who's got the better chance? If I know they're outsiders still, even now. But who has the better chance to win the title of the 2 youngsters, Raducanu or Fernandez? I have an answer.
Wow!
I have an answer.
What a question that is. That's one of the toughest ones to ask. She just beat Kerber, which now would probably put her in the driving seat, I'd say, but in front of Raducanu. She has more experience than Raducanu on tour.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something about Raducanu at the moment, which is, I don't know if it can last. I'm hoping it can last. And that's the thing, like playing that style of tennis, carefree. You saw what happened to her at Wimbledon. She was playing it until she couldn't play it, and she was just the nerves all got to her, and everything just fell apart, and she anxiety ruined her tournament. So it could happen again. I'm hoping it doesn't. this is the 4th round again. Hopefully she doesn't have all the British fans there on her side now trying to give her the pressure. There's part of me that thinks that she could beat Shelby Rogers, though. If she goes to the quarterfinal, and there's part of me that thinks Bencic is actually not a bad. If she gets Bencic, I don't know why Bencic. I always don't give her any credit whatsoever, and it's always because I don't think she's just a solid player for me. I think she has all the great fundamentals, but she doesn't have anything spectacular, and she just seems to get it done and grind people. Bencic. But I've seen her lose to lesser opposition, but she's just having a good spell at the moment. But then we said Sara Sorribes Tormo has been looking great recently. She got absolutely walloped. She only won 1 game. I would say, well, for me, I'd say Fernandez has a better chance of winning it than Raducanu. But if Raducanu plays like she did in the last match, I don't think anyone even takes a set off her. It's just ridiculous.
I'm saying Fernandez, but I think there is an asterisk by that in that I have watched Fernandez, strangely enough, just because of schedules and stuff. I've actually watched Fernandez more than Raducanu this tournament.
Really?
I just haven't had the chance to. I think Raducanu's matches have fallen on a Saturday night when I'm down the pub or whatever. But even some, I watched some of Fernandez last night and also a few nights ago as well. And I mean, to come back 4-2 down against someone as good and as in good form, your prediction for the tournament, Kerber, and someone who's got pedigree, 3 Grand Slams, including the US Open, and who's been in the doldrums for a couple of years. But, you know, we've seen players go through doldrums, even the top ones on both the men's and the women's side. So, and the performance from 4-2 down, from that moment onwards, I mean, she won that set 7-6, I think. So she dropped 2 games, so to speak. And then she won the next set 6-2. So she kind of won about, something like, 12 out of 15 games or something like that. I mean, someone else out there can do the maths. But, but from that point onwards, and also this was just lights out tennis and just hitting the ball so hard.
Can she beat Svitolina? Because arguably Svitolina's win against Halep was even more impressive.
Yeah, I mean, she can beat Svitolina. I mean, Svitolina can beat her, and that's the thing about this. But,
she's got a harder side, though. If you look at Fernandez's side, it's worse. She's got Sabalenka, Krajicka versus Svitolina all in that side. Whereas in Raducanu's side, if she gets past Shelby Rogers, she's got Bencic, Pliskova, or probably Pavlyuchenkova, Sakari or Andreescu. So you've got
that's a nicer half.
But it's a nicer half, but it's still not nice.
Yeah, no. I mean, I mean, like I said, any of those guys. I mean, Pavlyuchenkova, I'd probably put as amongst the 11 or 12, perhaps even below the 2 youngsters as the outsider. I know she got to the French Open final this year, but that was her first Slam final, I believe, and it was on clay. And I like her. I think she's been a breath of fresh air this year. I really enjoy watching her play tennis, and I actually felt a little bit sorry for her in the manner that she lost that French Open final in a tight 3rd set.
Happens.
Yeah, you're right. Raducanu's got the slightly more favorable draw, but I just think Fernandez, is just probably, I don't know. I mean, I think she's playing slightly better. I mean, Raducanu's opponents are no pushovers, but Fernandez is knocking out Osaka and Kerber.
I know, it's pretty, it's pretty mad, isn't it? Osaka won. There's part of me that thinks that she could have gone out to Danilovic if she'd have played her. She got the walkover. I was. Oh
yeah, right. That's true.
I was thinking she could have lost that match. I don't know why. There was part of me that thinks when she won the first match, I thought the next match she plays, I think she's going to lose. But I thought it was going to be to Danilovic who'd go out. And I'd watched some of Danilovic's match. I think she's got enough tools to actually knock her out if she's not playing her best tennis.
Yeah, no, I think obviously we've seen.
What a pass from Sinner.
Yes, 40 love now.
Yeah. Anyway, back to this match. I know that we're getting caught up on a lot of the women's side. There's probably more to. Well, apparently Liam saying Skybet says Raducanu's better, more of a favourite than Fernandez. That's mad, isn't it?
The bookmakers know what they're doing. I guess they're just looking at the side of the draw, as you mentioned. And also Skybet, that'll probably be UK, and bookmakers will react to the amount of money being put on.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah, definitely.
So so that's why you always see England slightly short odds than they should be at these major championships and
It's
stuff.
ridiculous, like when you see some of these odds, and you just know that people have just lumped on so much money. It's reduced the odds of so many of these fighters, horses, like anything like that. It's pretty crazy. You can only really see. That's why they say when you bet on horses, just wait till the last minute to see where all the money suddenly go, where the odds all suddenly shorten all on one. You know that everybody's been holding up. All the people in the know have been waiting to just back this one horse. So, but
okay, 40-15 here anyway. Sinner's doing pretty well in this set, although he's just hit that one out, 40-30. But he's not been under pressure yet in this set on his serve, actually. So as long as he sees this one out, that'll be a nice hold for him.
Indeed. And currently Bencic has, 2 points away from going through to the quarterfinal. She's 5-3, 30-15 at the moment.
Do you know, there's something about Swiatek this year I found a bit sad. I mean, she's always been such a bubbly, cheerful character, but I don't know, she doesn't seem to be quite that level of bubbliness and that level of positivity. And of course, that's reflected in her results, or maybe it's the other way around.
Yeah, you never know. It could be the other way. It's a big fall from grace. So once you're Grand Slam champ, it's into the net there from Zverev, and Sinner does hold 3-2. Getting some good rallies going at least now.
Yeah, and he's comfortable, which is, I mean, I don't know how the first sort of 4 or 5 games went at the match. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think there was a break. Yeah, okay. And then Zverev, but I mean, it'd be interesting to know how many break points have there actually been in the entire match?
Well, 6 so far. There's been 4. Sinner's saved 3 out of 4. Zverev just saved both of his with big serves. They were both in the thing. It was like the second service. It was just before he broke Sinner. So he saved 2 break points and then just broke him straight away.
Yeah, since I joined, which is basically the point when Zverev broke to make it 4-2, I barely seen either of them under threat on their serve.
Ratika saying the female commentator on ESPN has still not figured out how to say Swiatek's name, saying Swiatek, and we've got Bencic as Bencic.
Bencic is quite easy, but to be fair, Swiatek is a bit of a difficult one, and I mean, there's so many that are tricky out there, but Bencic is fairly.
I've had to try and fine tune it because we got so many comments. I know that we were saying Swiatek for so long, and everyone's like, "It's not Swiatek, it's It's like a SV sound at the beginning, I believe, like Swiant or like a Swiatek, like that type of Swiatek."
I'll have to try and tune into some Polish commentary, and I'll get back to you.
Oh, it's tough. It's tough learning these like that. We're having trouble with Peter Gojovcik last night.
Oh yeah.
Gojovich.
I think you picked it up. Yeah,
Djokovic.
Midway through the second set, I think you managed to sort of get a grasp on it.
That's it. It's Snails hitting it on the head. There you go. What about Gojovcik? Liam saying Bencic's Ben's weekend name. That's it. How did you know? Belinda. Oh, she has one as well. Straight sets against Iga Swiatek. That's pretty impressive, to be honest. Straight sets.
Nothing against Bencic, but as you say, she's kind of, I don't want to make it sound cool, but she's kind of unremarkable, and I'm a bit disappointed that Swiatek hasn't gone through.
Well, she's the gold medalist. She's probably carrying a lot of confidence after that win, I think. It's tough, and it's just the way that she did it. I think that was the key for that Olympics. She just seemed to always be down and out and come back and win. And that was the story of her Olympics. Oh, I'm losing. Oh, I'm down in this set. I'm a breakdown, and now I've pulled it back, and now I've suddenly won in 3. Always winning in 3 every time, coming back from adversity. I think it's just, and that's something that I thought Kerber was going to be doing all this tournament until she went out. She had it done to her instead.
Yeah, there's something slightly amiss with her. I mean, we see this in tennis at ebbs and flows. But since Adelaide, I think she won a title in Adelaide just prior to the Australian Open. She might even have beaten Barty in the final, actually, which I thought was pretty impressive. I could have that wrong on her opponent, but she certainly won a title in Adelaide in January. And
Ooh,
that's a nice cross-court one.
Nice cross-court winner there from Jannik Sinner.
The trouble is that he's, I mean, no, not having a go at him here, but he's pulling off unbelievable shots when he's already 40 love down.
Yeah, I know. That's when all of these shots, these winners have come. Is later in these games, in the Zverev service game.
There you go.
There you go. Nice easy service hold again for Sasha Zverev. So I want to get your thoughts on some of the other matches that are coming up later. We got Opelka versus Harris. Harris is slight favourite there.
Is he? Okay, I would go for Opelka. Just because I know Harris had a decent-ish sort of, lead in with obviously, beating Rafa and Rafa on 1 foot, if you like, in Washington. But I still think that he did really well in that match. And I know Rafa was injured, but I still think that's still a scalp of some sort. No, but I would have Opelka as just a slight favourite, just because of the serve, really, and the fact that, I don't know, there's something about Opelka at the US Open this year that gives me that feeling.
Sorry, I'm just receiving a call.
Yeah, no worries. So I just slightly go for Opelka. What about you?
I think it's 50-50. I think it could go to like 5 sets, that one, but it's going to be a lot of serving going on.
Yeah.
I like Harris. I think Harris, the way he took out Shapo was impressive.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, straight sets. That's probably even more remarkable than his defeat of Nadal, to be fair. Yeah, I actually now you got me thinking. Well, I've said Opelka, I'll stick with it. Maybe Opelka in 5.
Opelka in 5.
A load of tie breaks. Yeah, 7-6, 6-7, 7-6, 6-7, 7-6.
If that's the scoreline, imagine being at that match, just watching, just like serves.
Yeah.
Just come back, go off to the toilet, come back. Just a match. It's like Big
48,
John.
48 second service matches, service games. Yeah, there'd be a lot of game to loves buttons being pressed if you were on that one.
That's very true. Sinner at the moment, anyway. Going back to this match, he looks like he's trying to hold his serve. We're getting closer to the business end. Nice serve there. Good serve. He looks happy with that one.
Yeah, kind of wrong-footed Sinner there. Sorry, wrong-footed Zverev there a bit.
Yeah, Walter saying, semi-off question. Since you guys were talking odds, if a person places a bet on a player, have they locked in whatever odds were at the moment the bet was placed? Yes, they have.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're betting on something like horses or something where they offer you a best odds or something like that, where the horses odds sometimes change, and then if they change to a worse odds, like a 25-1 or something, they will give you those odds no matter what. So it just happens. There's weird things like that, but in tennis, it doesn't tend to happen. Yeah,
and rule of thumb, just as a general point, if you bet on, I mean, let's just say you bet on Raducanu a couple of weeks ago at 100-1 or 200-1 to win this tournament, and then suddenly now she's obviously probably like, 10-1. You don't get her at 10-1 just because she's come in. So no, I mean, in answer to the question, the second you put on that bet, pretty much that's locked in. Yeah.
And there you go, game Sinner, and he's got one. Well, he's on to the same amount of games as that first set now, and he's hoping, I'm sure, to get a break. If he can get a break, that will really put him in good stead to serve it out. But we've seen him go to the business ends with Rafa many, many times and just doesn't get a set. I mean, he gets all the way and he plays great, and you're thinking, wow, this kid could actually be the next big thing, but he doesn't get a set. And that's sometimes a bit strange when you see, but I know it's Rafa's dominance, but you would like to see him do a little bit better against some of these bigger players to be considered. No, obviously we saw Tsitsipas and Alcaraz. If he had have just gone to 5 and lost in 5, you'd have thought, oh, wow, well, that was an amazing performance. He beat Tsitsipas. I mean, that type of performance on a big stage, we're waiting for that type of wow moment from Jannik Sinner, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's still not quite. I mean, he obviously had that match at the French Open against Rafa in 2020 where, you thought, well, that's
he
as
beat
big
Zverev at the French Open, but I don't know. At the time, Zverev wasn't in the best of form, and I don't know. It's not the Zverev now, is it?
It's not. It's not Zverev now. It's not Zverev on a hard court. Yeah, and it's also not Zverev in 5 even, or I don't think it was a 5 set with the French.
Yeah,
it was 5, was it? Oh, okay.
No, it was in 4. Apologies.
Okay,
but it's still he beat him, but it's like more convincing, 3-1. So it's
I don't know, but there's just something. There's something kind of landmarkish about that Alcaraz win, because it was losing the 4-set 6-love. And like Federer beating Sampras, I think that was 5 sets and tight, and I think the reason why these are really sort of landmarkish is just because it's quite easy as a youngster to kind of fold when the big guys, when the big guy's coming back at you in that moment, and you lose a 4-set 6-love, and then you sort of go, well, it's been a good day. I'm 18. I'm going to have plenty more good days in the future. You're not giving up, but you're just sort of mentally preparing yourself for defeat almost, thinking, it's not the final. You're not going to probably, you're going to move on pretty quickly, and you can quickly just sort of prepare yourself for defeat. And guess what? You end up losing. And I think to some extent, maybe that's what happened with Musetti, and could so easily have happened with Alcaraz, and perhaps has happened with Sinner on 1 or 2 occasions. So I actually think there's almost something more impressive about the way Alcaraz won that 5-setter against Tsitsipas than the way that Zverev beat, the way Sinner beat Zverev at the French early this year.
That was last year, sorry, in 2020. But doesn't matter, irrelevant. We've got a Shiraz saying that Zverev has now learned how to be consistent, and I think that's like what's sort of changed everything for him.
Certainly on the serve, it's improved, but we've got to wait to see how it is when it's under the most extreme pressure against Djokovic, for example.
Business end, it seems, mate. It is, and I want to say thanks quickly to everyone joining us. If you haven't hit the like button on the video yet, we are up to 84, only 16 away from 100. Let's get to that, hopefully before the end of this set, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is where it sorts the men from the boys, or the 20-year-olds from the 24-year-olds.
Yeah, so 4-4. This is tight. Which is, as much as Sinner could probably hope for.
Nice return there.
Are we going to get some break points in this game?
Oh, he's sticking that one back. Oh, Sinner's hit a loose forehand there, see? He didn't really need to go that big, because Zverev was out the court. And that's where there's part of me that we don't get to see much variety from Jannik Sinner as much as we should. We should be seeing drop shots. We should be seeing slice. We don't get to see that much of it. We get to see the baseline topspin, and pretty much that's it at the moment. I think he needs to add some more tools to his game.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because he's amazing at what he does, but you can't just be a power hitter, because the best returners, and there you go, it's into the net there, because he tried to go power again. Zverev's standing about 5 meters behind the baseline. If you do a drop shot, he's quick. But still, you might get him out of position and then be able to try and hit the pass when he comes to the net. You saw what Alcaraz did. He was lobbing. He was doing the drop shots, then lobbing the guy as soon as he came to the net. That's high tennis IQ.
Yeah. And tools, I think you're right. Tools is the key. And regarding that serve, actually, Zverev did pretty well, though, still to get it back. And now it's going to be a second serve at love 30. Serve did really well to get it back, and then Sinner sort of dumped it into the net when he should have probably won. Oh, he's had a time violation as well, Sinner.
Yeah. He had a toilet violation at one of the other tournaments, didn't he? And there you go. Zverev turns the screw, and it's 3 break points later in the set. And Jannik Sinner's hard work, just holding serve all this time, for nothing really at the moment. If he can't save these break points, it's the same old story, unfortunately, for Jannik Sinner right now.
Yeah. So love 40.
Oh, good serve there. He's got it back in play,
Did
though.
well to get it back in.
Really good.
Zverev
And now
back in the rally now.
He's got him on the stretch, hasn't he? That looks always into the net from Zverev. But Zverev's standing so far back. It's asking to be drop shotted, if that's the correct verb.
Yeah. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Asking to receive a drop shot. There you go.
Yeah.
He's
a bit disappointed. Yeah, I take drop shotted, especially on a slightly informal pod like this. Listen, 1540. I think Zverev was a bit disappointed there because he really was back in that rally.
Great serve.
Excellent. 30-40.
Wow.
That's good from Sinner, but this is the big one, if you like. I mean, they're all big, obviously, at this stage.
Yeah.
But
got another big server coming up later tonight. Berrettini, Oscar Otti. That'll be an interesting one.
You'd fancy Berrettini, but just when you start fancying Berrettini, it can let you down. Not quite as much as Chapeau. Just when I start thinking Chapeau and I put eggs in his basket, he goes and lets me down. Second serve anyway. Backhand to backhand now.
Yeah.
Now. Ooh, he went deep. There's on the forehand now. The backhand of Zverev. Forehand of Zverev. Backhand. Oh, he was deep there. Sinner.
Yeah. Oh, he's got lucky. Zverev hits the net cord and it goes back his own side.
Yeah, so I'll guess Berrettini in 4.
Charest is saying, Ben, where is GZ? Who's GZ? Don't know who that is.
GZ.
Is it JG? You mean?
I guess that's what he's getting his letters muddled up. I guess.
GZ. That could be his new name.
So Juice, it's not done yet though, Sinny. He's still got some more work to do, but he's done well to get himself back in this.
Oh, it's a nice return from Zverev though. He's got him on the run. Nice backhand cross court from Zverev, and now the slice down the line. That's nice from Zverev, and he makes another break point. Yeah, I think Otti could be a problem. Yeah, 12 travels and Otti in 4. He took 2 sets to remember against Zverev, wasn't it, at Wimbledon?
So Berrettini doesn't look fully fit. I mean, I've only seen a little bit of one of Berrettini's matches. I mean, he's one of those sort of players you don't really start following until the latter stages. Unlike, you obviously we're all following Djokovic's path given what he's chasing. But
yeah, good serve from Sinner there, saves another break point. Otti's serve is one that, if you haven't watched it, it's always an interesting service action to look out for. I know it's always fun to see different service actions. His one's a very unique one.
Is it Del Bonis level of unique, or
no? It's not like up in the air for an hour and then he hits it, but it's like he hits. Oh, Sinner! What has he done there? He smashed it off the frame. It's gone into the crowd.
Did everything right. He's so much in charge at this point. So we watch the replay. Excellent forehand. Zverev on the stretch, comes into the net, mistimes it. I mean, that's
took his eye off the ball, I think.
Yeah, that's sort of, or close his eye or something.
Or didn't hold the racket firm enough, or I don't know. It wobbled. The whole racket wobbled there.
Yeah, I mean, he just keeps it on the top part of the racket, doesn't he? Now Zverev has another break point. Decent return there from Zverev. Backhand cross court from Zverev. Forehand now of Zverev, backhand of Sinner, backhand to backhand, backhand down the line, switching it up there a bit there, Sinner now on the forehands now. Forehand cross court. Who's going to break? Who's going to fold here? Who's going to do whatever the
really pushing this? I've got the feeling at the moment. There you go. There it is. He's done it. Boom. The break. Indeed, just like that. And you saw what happened when he starts getting confidence, Zverev, in a rally, he's nearly unstoppable. And Sinner was just sort of getting them back by the end of that rally, hoping Zverev would miss, because I don't think he was going to be able to get in control of the rally again. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hats off to Zverev. I mean, he's fairly unremarkable so far today, but that's the kind of thing that we've been sort of saying about some of the big guys, the big three, so to speak, over the years, is that, they're just getting to second weeks without dropping too many sets, fairly unremarkable. And obviously, we've still got to see Zverev do it when it really counts but we saw him. Is Tokyo, is that significant? Is that a mini turning point for him?
I think so. I think it is the Murray effect. That's what I keep calling it.
Right. Yeah, 2012. Are we going to see a repeat?
Could well do. I wouldn't put it past him. I think he's got all of the attributes to win a Grand Slam. He was in the final last year. He was one set away from winning it.
Well, there's one attribute we don't know whether he's got, and that's
exactly. There. Well, we're going to find out. We'll find out if he does have it.
It's interesting. These guys, Medvedev has been in 2 Slam finals, lost them both. Djokovic, Nadal. Tsitsipas has been in 1 Slam final, lost it. Djokovic. Zverev has been in 1 Slam final, lost it against Thiem.
Zverev's so good at the net there.
Yeah,
just making him run now.
So this sort of next gen, these 3. I don't know if I'm missing anyone. I don't think we count Thiem as next gen, do we?
Thiem? No, not really. He's about 28, isn't he?
28. Yeah, he's old. He's old.
That's it.
Uncle Thiem.
Uncle Thiem, exactly right. We're nearly up to 100 likes. Come on, before the end of the set, we need 10 more. We're only 3 points away for Zverev. Let's see if you can help the channel out. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. We're going to do a new thing now on the channel. If you manage to get onto the top tippers leaderboard, you can see it there. We got Scuttler in 5th. If you get onto the leaderboard, you can have a button of your choice played on the stream. So you donate over $10 there, you can get on that leaderboard and you can get a button press. So I'll leave it to you guys. The ball is in your court. 5 likes away from 100, 3 points away from the second set, and a 2 sets to love lead for Sasha Zverev.
Well, there's a nice backhand there from Sinner to force the error from Zverev to bring up 15-all.
Yeah. Oh, it's long.
Oh, 15-30. And that's what I mean. We saw so many times Sinner pull off a really good shot when he's 40 love down. Whereas on that occasion, he pulled off a really good shot at 15 love, meaning he gets sort of back in. And now we see that. And now he's got a sniff. 15-30. It's only a sniff, but it's a sniff.
Better than none. Massive serve. Great winner from Jannik Sinner. And that deserves a button on its own. Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner.
Excellent
2 break points for Jannik Sinner here.
Excellent return, because the serve from Zverev was full pelt, almost into the body, but he manages to swing a forehand at it. Winner.
Oh, great return again on the Zverev serve.
Yeah.
Nice backhand this time. He's hitting it better now, Jannik Sinner. Zverev looping it up, trying to just let him go for it, hoping he's going to get an error from the Sinner racket. Sinner now obliges with a shorter hitting backhand. Who's going to go for it first? Sinner tries. It's into the net, and that's what Zverev was hoping for. The longer he keeps it going, there's a chance Sinner might make the error.
And he did. 30-40. But he's got another one.
I'm hoping that they can... Well, I don't know. I just want to go and try and use the loo after this game.
Yeah, no worries. That was just a quick thing there on Zverev. That second serve, I don't know what the speed was, but it was big.
Yeah, it was big. Massive for a second serve. He's been doing that.
How many double faults from Zverev today? Just 0. Is that 0? Is that right?
0. Wow. He's had more aces on his second serve than double faults. It's long from Sinner. Another error. What a waste. What a waste.
And that was well long.
Yeah.
A couple of meters long.
25 unforced errors each, apparently.
How often does Zverev get to the end of a second set without making at least one double fault? And considering he's going big on his second
Sinner's got
serve,
2. So
yeah, right.
Nice serve, great return, and then into the corner. It is set
1-2,
point.
1-2,
Sasha
1-2.
Zverev. Advantage Zverev.
Sinner did really well just to get that back, to be fair, and at least force Zverev to win the point. But Zverev obliged by a nice backhand winner.
Oh, we got it's set point, but we got 100 likes as well. Thanks everybody who's hit the like button. I'll get that done to see if Zverev gets this over the line.
Second serve. How many people we got? How many people we got watching, by the way, in the live stream?
That's 170 in.
Okay, welcome.
We got. Oh, there you go. John's jinxed Sasha Zverev on set point there, saying we haven't seen any double faults, and the first one arrives. 12 Chav wants to know, will John time Ben's toilet timeout? So what is the over-under betting odds versus Steph's? Well, I'm not going down the shop or and come back again. I'm never going to take as long as Steph.
Deuce. Yeah, you really want this game to be over with ASAP so you can sneak off.
Well, we'll see. There you go. Ace on the second serve again.
Serve. He's done that before, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's his second ace on a
132 mile an hour second serve. I mean, that's 20 miles an hour quicker than some people's first serve.
Yeah, it's mad. Here we go. Set point again. Good serve. Sinner with a great return. Goes into Sinner's backhand. Now runs around his own backhand. Oh, it clipped the baseline, that one. Sinner going backhand to Zverev's backhand again, cross court. Still going cross court. Now, that looked long as well.
It did look long,
It's the machine off.
Yeah.
They're still going, though, and it must just be Zverev hitting the baseline with his shot. Sinner steps in, goes for the winner. Zverev's looped it up. Sinner's missed the volley. He wanted to smash his racket. He didn't. He held back. Maybe he could do with a racket smash right now. He's wasted some serious opportunities. I'm just going to go and use the little boys' room quickly.
Go. I've got a few things to say, so that's good. Just regarding Sinner there, I think he's going to be full of regret. I mean, if he managed to control his volleys as well as he controlled his temper, because he kind of, just so you know, when he missed a couple of those volleys, he did this afterwards in anger to almost smash his racket, but he managed to reel that frustration in. But he couldn't reel in his volley there, and unfortunately, it's cost him the set because you'd expect him, I mean, to win that volley. I mean, he's got a backhand volley at the net. It's a kind of a put away opportunity, if you like. He's got to strike it rather than cushion it, and strike it he did, but he struck it too hard, too fierce, and too long. Meaning, Zverev is now 2 sets to love up. Is there any way back for the Italian from this? I would suggest no, but far bigger things have happened. Now, I'm just going to watch a replay of what I believe is this last point here. Backhand to backhand. It's a decent backhand cross court again there from Zverev. Although runs around the backhand Sinner, goes on the forehand there, gets it over though. We're now going to see a backhand slice from Zverev. Nice slow moving shot, but this is sitting up nicely for and that's an excellent shot there from Sinner that sets up the chance, hits it bang on the line. Zverev on the stretch. We heard Ben mention some of the time, it loops it up into the air, just hoping for an error from Zverev, from Sinner, and an error is what he gets as Sinner comes into the net, just loops it up there from Zverev. Sinner comes into the net to put it away with a backhand. But he goes long, and he doesn't just go long by a little bit. He goes long by some distance. Is anybody out there brave enough to suggest that Sinner can get back into this match? I have to say there's something very, there's something very impressive about the way Zverev is progressing through this tournament, but also through previous tournaments, kind of just very smoothly. We're not seeing some of the difficult 5-setters that he's just sort of managed to squeeze into the second week. We managed to see him, as I said, in the first 2 rounds, Zverev didn't even face a break point. Yes, he was in a spot of bother against Sok. Maybe he was a bit lucky to prevail there. But we're seeing a very different Zverev this year compared to years gone by. I just talked through the audience, Ben, regarding the way that set finished for Sinner, and he'll be full of regret the way he put that backhand long.
Oh,
that backhand volley.
There was many bad errors in that set from Jannik Sinner. The terrible volley that came off the frame, that one right at the end there, just miles long. Lots of shots on big points messed up, and you can't afford to do that against somebody who was amazing at serving as Sasha Zverev. You only get so. Look how many break points he's had so far. He's had 4 break points. You're not taking any of them. So, and they were 2 break points in 2 separate games. That's an opportunity. In each set, he could have been a break up.
Yeah,
which is pretty good. Well, not a break up. That's a lie. He could have been back level in the second. He could have been a break up in the first, though.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I mean, listen, fine margins. Although the margin of error wasn't fine in terms of the way that last volley went out, and nor was the previous one that you talked about, the one he scuffed. I mean, that's the other thing. I mean,
I just feel his level, Zverev's level adapts at the moment to the level of his opponent.
I also paid you a compliment in your absence. Actually, I was just mentioning how Zverev just hung in there on that last point. I mean, he was on the stretch there. Sinner hit the line basically to set up the point for himself. Really, Zverev just managed to stretch get his racket on it, looped it up in the hope of an error from Sinner, and Sinner hit the error.
Indeed, he's definitely like a flow state type player, Zverev. If he's in the flow, it's tough. I don't know if there's anyone who can beat him. He's that type of player.
Yeah. There's a nice fake there from
and we've got to take into account that in 2012, Murray won a 5-set Olympic tournament. Yes, indeed. So yeah,
was it not 3 sets in 2012?
Nope. It was he beat Roger 3-love in the final after losing to him in the Wimbledon final.
Yeah,
so frustrating. I mean, I would have preferred it if he'd have won Wimbledon, if I'm honest, and done that. But maybe he needed that just to settle the nerves for the Olympics.
Although at least he did go on to win Wimbledon. I mean, if he never won a Wimbledon, that would be would be tragic. But
at least
but
he won 2.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he won 2 Wimbledons and 1 US, right? Never won in Australia.
Nah, he got 7 finals, was it?
7 finals in Australia?
I think I've just made that up, I think.
Yeah, I think you have. He got to one French Open final.
Yeah, against Djokovic again. He always loses to Djokovic in all the finals.
Yeah, and he lost
Djokovic or Federer.
I'm going to say 2011 final against Djokovic. Certainly in Australia, I'm talking about. But I don't recall that many finals. Because 2012,
Liam saying it's definitely 6 or 7. Well, I swear it was, because I thought we went through it not long ago.
7 Australian Open finals,
something like that. I don't know. I might be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Anybody in the live chat?
I can only recall right now off the top of my head. I'm
checking it now. Don't worry. Let's not give people false information. I'll go down and I'll actually find out the actual. So. Australian Open 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finals. Okay.
Wow, so, I must be missing so many.
So
he must have lost 1 or 2 to Federer, has he then? Or
semi-final he had once in 2012. Yeah, he lost to Federer first, Djokovic second.
What year was the Federer?
2010. Okay. Then 2011 lost to Djokovic. 2013 lost to Djokovic. 2015. Lost to Djokovic. 2016, lost to Djokovic.
Yeah.
2012, was it 2012?
No. 2012 was the big one between Djokovic and Nadal.
Yeah,
that went
that was it. That was the one where he lost to Nadal in the semi, wasn't it?
Okay.
Was it?
I think no, because Nadal that year beat his Vidasco in the semi. I think Nadal beat Vidasco in the semi.
Oh, was it?
think so. I think Nadal beat
Apologies.
Nadasco in 5.
Ah, it was Djokovic
on that-
Murray semi. Apologies. I'm
Yeah,
thinking of a
actually,
different one.
now I'm saying Verdasco. I think that was 2009.
Yeah, it was
Anyway,
Federer in the semi.
yeah, it was Federer. That's right. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was an impressive win. Actually,
What an epic tournament. Djokovic beating Murray in 5 in the semi and then Nadal in 5 in the final.
Yeah,
Epic.
2012 was that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Pretty
think
much.
2012 you had the big four in the semi-finals. If I'm right.
Is Australia? I'm trying
Australia
to think. Was
2012.
Australia always the one that they had the fireworks that went off and they have to have the break like during the match?
Could be because that often is very close to or on Australia Day.
Yeah,
I think it's
I
end
think that's
of
it.
January.
And it always boggled me that they stopped the tennis for about 50. Because I remember when Murray was playing, I think he was playing Rafa, and then that happened. And it's just that's like the worst thing you can do for Murray. Put a massive gap in the middle of the match for him. You know what happens.
Maybe a teenage Tsitsipas was watching that, thinking, if I ever have to play this dude,
let's just put some firework. Get his dad, start setting them off in the crowd. I know. I always thought it was weird though that they have that break there. Just they stop the tennis and they just sit there getting cold for 20 minutes while fireworks go off.
Yeah, that is odd. That is odd. I remember being at a baseball match in New York in 2003, and they had a big long break so they could all sing the national anthem halfway through the match. It was kind of odd. I don't know if baseball is called a match, but I just called it a baseball match. Someone in the chat can correct me if it's called a baseball meeting or something else.
Oh,
I don't know. What would you call it? What would you call it? It's a baseball match. Well, meeting, I don't know. Encounter, game, baseball game. Maybe it's a game.
Yeah, I don't know. Match sounds fine for most sports, to be honest. Let's get your thoughts in the live chat. Is it a baseball match?
Baseball game, baseball meeting, baseball summit. Baseball summit.
I don't think meeting is on the a series. Oh, we're not talking about series. Yeah, the World Series. Oh, yeah, we're only inviting American teams.
Yeah, right.
That world that only exists in America. It is a world.
I nearly tagged you in another tweet today, Ben, because I saw somebody who went out on the women's side, but I can't remember which player it was, who was just thanking the American crowd and saying, best crowd ever, blah, blah, blah. And I nearly tagged you, and then I thought, nah, it's getting a bit boring now.
Trying to trigger me. That's
yeah.
Well, we got Kenny saying baseball game. Abumba saying baseball convention. I like that one.
Yeah, I like it.
Any other one? Match is the best description, saying send Dave. Right.
You've always got this thing in tennis, of course, because game, a football match and a football game are essentially the same thing, and so they are in many. But of course, there's a big differential in tennis, and it gets a little confusing in other languages. I think if I'm
down
right,
the line there,
that's good. There, Zverev picking up break points now. 2 break points at the beginning here. I mean, Sinner
can relax now, can't he? 2 sets up. It's like the US Open final all over again.
Yeah, but the problem wasn't relaxation there. I think he got tenser and tenser as the match went on.
No, I think you're right. The question is, who's won the US Open the most? Good question.
Federer's got 5, but there might be someone from further back. Jimmy Connors, don't know. Jimmy Connors. Who won a bunch in a row? Connors or McEnroe won a bunch in a row in the early 80s that was finally broken by Lendl. I think it might be Jimmy Connors.
Oh, the God. Are we looking at only Open era, I'm guessing? We're not going to go back.
Yeah.
Well, Sampras has got quite a few.
1,
2, 3, 4. Oh, he's 5. 5 for Sampras as well.
I think Federer's got 5, Nadal's got 4, and Djokovic has got 3 amongst the sort of.
Yeah, Nadal 1, 2, 3, 4. Djokovic with 3. He's only with 3, isn't he?
Yeah, Federer's 5. So it's Federer 5, Sampras 5. What about Jimmy Connors and John McEnroe?
Connors with 1, 2, 3, 4, just 4 for Connors.
Okay.
And then what about Lendl? 1, 2, 3.
Lendl I don't think that's that many.
Just
Bjorn
3 in a
Borg.
row, though.
Yeah, Bjorn
Bjorn-
Borg. Oh, and he's broken Zverev.
Yeah, just like that. As quick as you like. The break. Get all the
Nice.
buttons out. Pose the question to you that after watching this type of performance and on hard court, do we think clay is Jannik Sinner's best chance for a Grand Slam?
I mean, this sort of ebbs and flows because I do think Sinner is kind of a jack of all trades. Well, maybe not grass, but
Why are they watching
by the way,
blowing his nose in the towel? Why do we have to watch? Focus on something else. There must be something else going on in the stands. He's sitting there.
Focus on my commentary.
Yeah, no, sorry. Him checking the towel after he's blown his nose in it is not really the best look, is it?
The old quick look. Yeah, yeah, clay would probably be slightly better surface for him, but it's marginal. I mean, he's been at the final of Miami this year where he lost to Hurkacz, and he also won that tournament on a hard court. I don't know if he's won any clay tournaments at 500 level or higher. So you would say possibly. Then you've also got the Rafa issue, but that probably will become less of an issue in years to come. I think it's 51-49. It's tight.
The problem is, he's 20 years old now. He's not a teenager. And now there's somebody called Alcaraz who's on the scene who is starting to make more headlines than Jannik Sinner. And that's a worry.
Also on two surfaces. I mean, that's
exactly
the thing. I mean, it's not just the clay. I mean, some Spanish players we sort of put into
better
a
on clay. Probably.
Yeah, we do put them into box on clay, but he genuinely is a really good clay court player.
Who's amazing.
Who's transferring that to the hard courts though. Yeah, I mean he won a title, didn't he? I don't know if it was a 250 earlier this year between Wimbledon and the US. I think it was. He won a title. May have been in Spain. I can just see him now sitting on doing that classic sort of kneeling down on the court with the name of the city. I don't know if you've seen that sort of typical Spanish pose. And I remember Nadal giving a big shout out on Twitter. So he's got that, and he's got that 18. He's got his first title at 18. Sinner had to wait until this year, I believe, to get his first sort of big significant title. He was in quite a few finals, but kept losing.
Got to the Sofia. He won the one in Sofia, I believe, in Bulgaria.
Okay, he won a 250 in Sofia.
It was like who was he beat? Vasek Pospisil in the final, I think. But yeah, not the highest level.
But just Alcatraz. Bloody hell, it's like San Francisco prison. Alcaraz is kind of, he's kind of there now with Sinner, and he's a couple of years behind, if you like, in terms of the age, etc. But
yeah,
I mean, listen, we shouldn't be too down on Sinner. I mean, there's many a very, very talented players that have nowhere near achieve what he's done. Actually, where's Sinner in the race? Is Sinner got a shout?
Yeah, I think he's up there, mate. I think he's in around 10th position or something like that.
Oh, what a backhand down the line there from Zverev, and he finally does a bit of it. Nice, that's good. I want to see a bit more of that from Zverev, where he's Gene on the crowd.
10th, yeah, in the race behind Hurkacz and Ruud.
Well, he's got further than both of those in this tournament, so I don't know if that's a live count. And don't forget, Nadal is out from that group, so he's effectively 9th in the race.
Yeah.
So I don't know when.
He's not playing.
Oh, Nadal said he said my 2021 is done.
Yeah, for that definite then. Okay.
Oh, 100%. 100%. He
sad,
said,
isn't it? I don't like to when it's so confirmed. I like to be kept in the dark a bit. Keep me guessing.
I don't know. I actually, it's sad in general, but I prefer not. When it comes to an injury like that, I prefer to. I mean, that the days before Wimbledon, if you like, before he eventually said he wasn't going, and then the days leading up or the weeks leading up to the US Open, where it was all in doubt, I was thinking just get it over and done with, one way or the. Anyway, love 30 now. Zverev threatening to go a double breakup in this third set, and well, you'd find it difficult to think there's a way back for Sinner there.
Well, I already think there's a difficult way to find a way back. I think it's going to take a monument. He's going to have to suddenly play the best tennis he's ever played in his entire career to turn this match around. And even then, Zverev
even
still might beat him.
Even just to get this set, But listen, sport is full of surprises. But more importantly, he needs to focus on just winning this game. 15-30 down. He did well at win that point.
Yeah, for sure.
First
nice.
serve.
Oh. Nice forehand cross court from Zverev. There you go. He's got that point.
30 all.
Doesn't want to be double broken, like you said. It's going to be the beginning of the end. I'm interested to see how Alcaraz recovers from 2 5-set matches in a row.
I just think if that was a Cilic or who's that, Karlovic or a Federer or Nadal, I think Karlovic is now officially retired, hasn't he? I'm not sure, but I mean, I'm just thinking about age. Yeah, that's what I'm hinting at, basically. Age and to some extent their bodies. I just think that he should be all right. It could be mentally. That might be the issue for him. I don't see it being a big thing for him physically, but mentally that can be a little bit draining. But who's to say he won't win a 1 or 2 now, or at least this particular round in 3 sets?
True. There you go. A good hold there from Jannik Sinner. Needed that desperately. Well. Any other matches going on at the moment? I don't know if there's.
Yeah, have a look round for me.
I'll have a quick look
because I can't be bothered.
Opelka and Harris. That's all that's just kicked off.
They're just
on serve at 2-2 in the first set.
Heading towards a tiebreak. Well on track.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the only match. That's the only match on right now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit strange, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a little bit of a. I don't know. I don't know if that one's going to be an exciting one to watch. Probably going to be a lot of serving. I think Otte Berrettini might be exciting, but then again, Berrettini quite a big server as well.
What's next up on Arthur Ashe?
I mean, Raducanu versus Rogers. That's the one. I mean, I'm not going to lie. A lot of the women's matches have been much more exciting this tournament, to me especially, than the men's. I think the men's.
I think what it is there's been a depth which is hardly surprising. But there have been some excellent men's 5-setters. I mean, I think of TFO winning in a 5-setter. Obviously, Alcaraz doing it twice.
It's more unpredictable, though. I think
Sinner. Exactly. I agree. Probably the differences with these 5-setters is we are maybe seeing the ones prevail. It's not like we've seen Djokovic go out in a 5th set tiebreak or something like that. Whereas the women's is, as you say, just super unpredictable. But it has been some excellent. The problem with the men's is that we haven't seen the 3 favourites involved in an amazing match. We've seen Osaka obviously going out in 3 sets. We've seen unbelievable match involving Ash Barty the night that we were sort of drifting through, much like she was, until suddenly it got tight. We've seen the big ones, if you like. We saw Andreescu in the first round, and probably one of the matches for me that I've seen of the tournament in the first round, where she won in 3 sets, despite being a breakdown in the third. We've seen some comebacks. We saw, Fernandez yesterday coming back from a breakdown in the second. So that's probably the slight difference. But we've seen some excellent 5-setters on the men's side as well.
Oh, definitely. I think the main thing is you just with the women's, you look at the matchup and you generally don't know who's going to win. When the match is about to kick off, you're looking at it thinking, Krejcikova, Muguruza, I have no idea. Bencic, Swiatek, no idea. Look down, Raducanu, Rogers, no idea. Pliskova, Pavlyuchenkova, no idea. Again, like literally 50-50 on every, and all the odds are reflecting it. They're all there's a slight favourite in each.
Yeah. And I guess it's just backing it up. You wouldn't be surprised. Like Bencic won in straight sets today. Slight surprise, perhaps, but it's not wild. Swiatek wins that in straight sets. Slight surprise, but not wild. Goes to a 3rd set tiebreak. slight surprise, but not wild. And, almost any of those sort of 3 permutations from all of the matches that are coming up and have been are all possible, which just shows. I mean, even before the match started, if I said this went to a 5th set tiebreak, you'd be like, that's nuts.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Whereas the women's has been a bit like that. That's the difference, I guess.
For sure. And I don't know, it's just nice that this tournament we've got to see. Great winner down the line there from Jannik Sinner. Better late than never. It's just nice we've got to see sort of what might be in store for tennis in the next few tournaments. Like, there's some players who are breaking out of the pack, and I'm just glad that one of them's British.
Yeah, right. Well, the women's side is in very good hands. That's for sure. We're still not quite sure about the men's. We got a little glimpse at the US Open last year, a year ago, when obviously Federer and Nadal were absent. Oh, is that a shank?
Sinner, yeah, that is a shank. That's a terrible. This is what I mean. You get into a good position in these games, and you just throw in good positions away with shank. It's annoying.
Yeah, I could hear it in your voice.
You'd
even interrupted yourself. You went,
yeah, I know.
I can feel it. He's just done a shank. Boom, button gets pressed.
Just bugs me because he's one of the people that like a lot of the people are sort of saying, we keep looking at the next generation, and everybody's saying, who's the one who's going to be the one who wins the Grand Slam first out of like this chasing pack? And everyone's like, oh, Jannik Sinner, look how good he was at 18. I don't know if he's getting much better. This is the problem. He needs to change something. He needs to start challenging a bit more with these guys, and I'd need to see some progression. That's the problem. I don't want to sound like I'm a Sinner hater. I absolutely think he's fantastic. I just want to see progression. And I don't think in the last 2 years his trajectory has been that much. Like, you look at Alcaraz to him in the last 2 years, it's night and day.
I agree. I mean, this is kind of what's it called? Recency bias, isn't it?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Because
we've been watching Alcaraz for the last 2 years as well. We've been watching their careers go on, and you have to say Alcaraz, he's sort of at the level when Sinner, when he was 18, was then on that ATP level, starting to play well.
But we might, these guys will. I mean, the thing is, we're also kind of comparing them to what we've just seen with Federer, Djokovic, and in particular Nadal, who sort of hit the ground running at 18. And maybe we need to be a bit more realistic.
Well, that's what people. I'm only talking in the respect of, are we going to see another great? Are we going to get another great rivalry? Is there going to be the next great rivalry, Alcaraz-Tsitsipas? Is it going to be Sinner-Alcaraz? Is there going to be 3 of them fighting it out for every? We don't know. I want to see another rivalry like come into fruition in the next few years, because their career's going soon. The big 3 are going to be gone.
Okay, if Tsitsipas is 23, Zverev is 23, 24?
24.
And Medvedev is 25, maybe?
25, yeah.
Right. So we've got them in a group, so to speak. We've got team as well, just like above them, if you like, in terms of the age. Then I'm most interested in is, how old is Shapovalov?
I think he's 21 or 22, yeah.
So let's put Shapovalov, Sinner, and Alcaraz in a kind of 18 to 22. Felix, how old is he?
21, I believe. So I think they're 22 for Shapo, 21 for Felix, 20 for Sinner. Yeah, this is what I mean. They're all in and around, but who's really given you signs that they're going to be the next great?
Well, now, amongst those 4, right now on the whatever the date is today, 6th of September 2021, it's Alcaraz. But we could be having this conversation about Alcaraz in 2 years, the way we're talking about Sinner. We could be.
We were saying Musetti and then until he played Djokovic at the French Open.
Well, until halfway through that match.
And then everybody suddenly, it's almost like Djokovic broke Musetti. And
Musetti broke himself to some extent.
No, but I think I don't think he realized what Grand Slam tennis was all about until that match. And that was a real harsh eye opener for him to what can happen to you when you play somebody who's that good. in these tournaments. And he probably was feeling super confident. I'm 2 sets up. I feel like nothing can stop me now. And then Djokovic happens. And that's what I mean. And that can demoralize people. And they sometimes, and he hasn't come back since then. He hasn't looked the same since.
No.
It's
bad.
North,
by the way, he's in good company to some extent. I mean, North Tsitsipas. I don't think since that French Open final, I don't think Tsitsipas has looked the same since. But someone who is looking good right now is Alex Zverev, and he's just hit a nice backhand down the line to bring up.
Well, this is why I picked him to win the tournament. There's part of me that picked him.
Good return, Sinner, 15-all.
There's part of me that picked him because of his amazing form. He's on a 15-match winning streak now, but because he won the Olympics, the Murray effects, that type of thing. But part of me, I want to see the next somebody new win a slam, and I think he could do it. I think he is the one player who has the ability to beat Djokovic. That is it. I don't know if the others do.
Yeah, he's probably the one.
But it's 5 sets.
More than Medvedev. I mean,
5.
Has Medvedev? Yeah, Medvedev beat Djokovic, I think, at the ATP
tour finals. Isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe last
it's all
year.
in 3 though, so it's still an unknown.
Yeah,
because we can't say, oh yeah, Zverev can definitely beat him because he's never beaten him over 5 sets.
I mean, but then who has Djokovic lost to in 5 sets in the last, I don't know, few years, apart from Nadal at the French in 2020?
Great pass there from Jannik Sinner. Now is the time. He's got 2 break points. Come on, surely now is your opportunity. He's had 15-40 now. This is the 3rd time in the match he's having 15-40. You've got to take your chances, and this is your chance now. If you don't take it, see you later. You're out of the tournament, mate.
Second serve to look at.
Got a second serve as well. Is it going to be 132 mile an hour second serve though? I think it might be.
He might go big, yeah. I think he might just go a little short on
it. He's double faulted. He's double faulted. Alex Zverev double faults on break point, and it's back on serve. Sinner. Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner. Indeed. He is back in it, but it's not a break unless you consolidate. Can he consolidate? Guys, if you are just joining, please hit the like button on the video. Subscribe if you're new, because who knows? Could be another set coming soon. Nice inside out forehand winner from Jannik Sinner. Very good. And look, he's getting the crowd going now. That's better. Better. More like it. That's the Sinner we want to see. He's had his head down for the last 2 sets.
He seemed pretty glum today. Yeah, he seemed pretty glum.
Get your head up, mate.
It's a nice little. That's a nice little stat. The last 10 points, Sinner's won 8.
What's he got to be down about? Come on.
4-all, 15 love. He's got to be feeling good now.
Indeed. Nice backhand there from Sinner. Cross court from Zverev. Down the line from Zverev again. Nice cross court. Slice. Better. Mix up the speed, Sinner. That's better. So hanging in the rallies a lot more comfortably, but look at that backhand from Alex Zverev. He was just lulling you into that full sense of security, and then boom, down the line.
Down the line there. 83 miles an hour, that backhand, I believe. Unless that's the serve.
That was naughty backhand, that one, mate.
Yeah, actually, I'm quoting a second serve stat there, but forget it. Backhand winner there, 7-5 on the backhand winner's front, and that was a hell of a one.
I think that's
Zverev just edging. Yeah, it was an excellent one, especially at this point, because he's 2 games away from victory, despite having just lost his serve. That's great serve though from Sinner. Yeah, great serve there from Sinner. 30-15. This is. Did we have the business end button? We had so many buttons just go off. Yeah, okay. So 30-15 now. Sinner will be thinking, if I can just hold here, get a sniff on Zverev's serve, put a bit of doubt in his mind. 2-1. Shove those words of Ben down his throat.
Exactly. That's it. Maybe he heard me. I want to see something from him.
There's good couple of good forehands from Zverev. Goes deep on that one. Bit short on there, but he's got it. 30 all.
I'm feeling those feelings are boiling back up again. He's going to do
feelings for a Zverev break.
Well, the feelings of him, and he's made big errors on big points in this match, and that's the thing that you can't do. It's only a break if you consolidate it, and right now it's the same situation as before. Zverev doesn't. He always looks like there's an air of confidence about him on the other end.
Well, that's a good thing, because you wouldn't have said that a couple of years ago.
No, I know. He always looks like he has a near smile on his face at all times, which is it's a great sign. It means he's enjoying his tennis.
Okay, they're in a rally here, although Sinner goes big there, but not big enough. And he goes big
winner from Sinner.
Excellent.
Boom. That is better. Hit the lines, hit the angles as well as the lines, because hitting it deep isn't good enough. Because Zverev's there. Look, you can chop it back. You hit it deep. You hit it around that service box line. Boom. Nice angle. Short, sharp, powerful.
Nice and flat as well.
Yeah, brilliant.
40-30.
Oh, wow. We could be going 5-all. Oh, it's into the net, though, for the first serve. Not a good one.
I mean, it's kind of obvious because the scoreboard reflects it, but the last 3 or 4 games, Sinner has been amazing.
It's long from Zverev, and it is consolidation for Jannik Sinner.
Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner.
Just going to take a 10-second break, Ben.
10 seconds. Wow, that's quick.
Put the kettle on. Put the kettle on.
No worries, man. See you in a sec. Right, Jannik Sinner does consolidate his break back. We are on serve in this third set. It finally becomes a real match, it seems. And Jannik Sinner suddenly hitting the ball in the business end. Yi Shin saying, damn, that's a button is great. I love it as well. Yeah, I love seeing Sinner do well because I get to press it. Guys, if you're enjoying the stream, please hit that like button on this video right this second. We're up to 125. We could get up to 150 soon. Subscribe if you're new. If you want to play a button of your choice, you just need to get onto this here. This top tipper board, which one will you be? Oh, I can't go down as low as Scuttler, but you could try and get on there. If you get onto that board, you can pick whatever player button you like, courtesy of me. But yeah, the Jannik Sinner button is one of my faves. I don't hide that fact. Oh, the crowd starting to cheer on Sinner now. Interesting to see how Lloyd Harris is getting on against Riley Opelka, obviously American. One of the few Americans left in. Lloyd Harris is up a break in the first set. It is 5-4, but he loved 30 down. Don't forget to join us for the match after this one. Emma Raducanu into the 4th round of the US Open after her 4th round of Wimbledon. All right, Zverev serving 30 love, trying to send this to like a deep business end. Great serve from Zverev there. That one's come off a frame, just lands back in the court. Udit saying Harris, a very promising talent. He definitely is. He's a player that we've been watching many, many times on the Challenger Tour, and it's been great to see him put it all together and come through on the real ATP main tour. Nice forehand. Sinner with super power there on that shot. Wow. But it is into the net from Zverev. He's no game to love for him. Lion Eye with some kind words there. I have to say this is now the best tennis podcast on YouTube. Hopefully we're not the only one, but even if we are, I'll take it. I'll take it. And Zverev does hold. It is 5 games all. 5 games all. That's it.
I just caught the tail. I just caught the tail end of that comment. That's very nice.
Yeah, mate. Wow, it's very, very nice. Hopefully, we can keep building towards the target that's below John. You can point down at it if you want, John. Sort of. There you go. That's it. There you go. That target there, just below John. Oh, an ace from Jannik Sinner. Yeah, we want to try and get to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the US Open, but we're at the beginning of the second week, and we're still 2,300 away.
Maybe we need to make that 19K target. 19K.
Can't. It's already set now, mate. We can't be reducing it. If we start reducing it, they're going to show our weakness.
So then, guys, what we're saying is hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, enjoy the channel, get involved in the banter, have fun, and most of all, enjoy the tennis.
And if you want a player button, get on that top tippers leaderboard and tell us which one you want.
So, Sinner. Wow. Not back in the match, but certainly back in the set. 30 love up, 5-all.
Well, any of the people who are already on the top tippers leaderboard, if you send in more to top yourself up, that will also qualify. Just to clarify, if you're worried that you're already on there.
Well, this is impressive from Sinner.
Oh, nice backhand from Sinner there. And look at this. It's a game to love. We haven't seen one of those in a while. All right.
It's impressive. It's impressive. I'd love to know the last 20 or 30 points, how many Sinners won.
We got Daniil Shapovalov.
Well, actually, I'm glad he asked, because actually I can answer that quite easily.
Why are you in a dark room, John?
I'm in the same room, but I've been playing around now for the last 2 or 3 days with the various appearances I've been making to see what works best. And I have to say, for example, on Saturday, I had this bright light behind me, and it was okay. It worked, but it was just a bit odd, I think, when I look back at it and thought that. Then yesterday, I think it was, I had the light coming from the other side, and it was kind of shining on my face in a sort of a spotlight manner, which can work. But I don't know. I'm quite fancying this. Oh, the problem with yesterday in particular was the shadow. And it's like,
it's not bad, though.
It's not the end of the world, but I have heard from people that know far more about this kind of thing than me. When you're taking a picture of someone, when you take a picture of someone and then they see it and their shadow is there, that's kind of the worst thing ever, apparently. And I think there's a similar thing with this. So today I've gone for the dark look, and I think it works.
Yeah, well, if you start disappearing into the night, then I'll let you know.
At the moment, I'm emerging from the shadows rather than casting one, so I think that's probably better.
I don't know. That sounds a little bit eerie to me.
Talking of shadows, by the way, we've now got one going across the court there.
I hate the shadows on this court. It started off, one person played in the sun on the top half, the other was in the shade on the bottom half. Now it's turned into a shadow that goes across the court. So you sort of have, I'd like to see a time lapse of it, to be honest. If anyone could do a time lapse of the shadow, I'd like to see how that plays out.
Listen, I think this is now 15. Sinner's got the bit between his teeth.
Now,
he's got the bit between his teeth.
Better. A lot better.
This for me is a test of Zverev's, title credentials here. And I mean it. If he wins this set, for example, wins this in straight sets, wins it on a tiebreak, under pressure, having been a breakup, it's looking set for a straight sets win. If he still sort of manages to close this out, that's impressive for me. Hits the line there.
Takes a lot to impress John.
Oh,
See the drop shot. Finally.
Love 30, 2 points away. There you go. It's what Ben's been asking for.
I've been asking for it the whole match, and he finally noticed Zverev is 10 meters behind. He's in the stands that far back. He finally plays the drop shot. No better time than then. Love 30. Sam saying, I hope you're drinking water, Ben. It's sort of a mixture of water. It's ice mixed with a cider. So it's sort of half water.
I mean, cider has a lot of water in it. So anyway, that's a decent time to pull up your 13th ace of the day, 15:30.
Yeah, really.
He needs a couple of more big serves here, though. Really, he's in a spot of bother.
I'm prepping myself for Raducanu. I need to be in full swing. Oh, it's just wide. It's 2 break points. Jannik Sinner with the fist bump. 2 set points. Sorry, break set points. Set break points.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy.
Wow. And now the pressure on the serve and the crowd is going crazy. And look how close that was to being in. They showed the replay. It was a hair. A hair you couldn't fit between the mark and the ball. And he's gone long on the first serve. Second serve here. Sasha Zverev. 15-40 down. Can Jannik Sinner send this into a fourth set? He's gone backhand. Zverev, nice backhand into Sinner's forehand, but it's long. And how many times have we seen 15-40 on the Zverev serve? He's having to save these break points. That one was a good one.
He's only broken once. He's only broken once today, hasn't he, Sinner? Out of about 7 or 8 opportunities, I think.
Six out. So far. And now he would have had 8. This is his 8th break point, I believe, of the day.
I think so.
Ace from Alex Zverev, and it doesn't get better than that for saving break points. God, Sinner, it's like you have all of your hopes and dreams just there, crushed by Alex Zverev.
Listen, he's not saved this set yet, Zverev, but
No, I know, but once you've had the break points, the mental side is so important in tennis.
Absolutely, yeah. But it's also
ace again. And this is just, if you're going into a tie break with this guy,
this is clutch. This is Djokovic-esque. This is Djokovic-esque clutch.
It really is.
Advantage Zverev to take it into a tie break.
It's exactly the same serve Djokovic used down the tee. Oh, he tried the Djokovic one down the tee again there.
Into the net.
He always goes for that. Loves the tee serve.
Interestingly, when he was break point down, I think it was 30-40, he went quite soft on his second serve, unlike other times today. I wonder what he's going to do this time.
Yeah, he has again.
Yeah, just sort of normal, let's call it 85, yeah.
Yeah, 85 mile-an-hour serve. Yeah. It's like half the speed of his normal serve.
Yeah, right.
Oh, he's looped that one up. Sinner steps in. Winner. Big winner. Jannik Sinner. He's not done yet.
Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner.
Oh, I was going to say, do we get to the next one before Zverev hits down another thunderbolt of a serve? There we go. Back to deuce again. Zverev serving in the shade. Sinner standing in the sun. He gets it back into play. Nice backhand cross court from Jannik Sinner. Oh, he's got good length on that backhand again. It's into the net, though, there from Sinner. Ah, dear. And Zverev just hangs in these rallies, doesn't he?
Look at Sinner there complaining about something on the court. There's a feather or something.
Come on. It's like there's something
on the coin.
There's someone chucked a coin at me during that rally.
That was a really good deep shot there from Sinner. I thought it was going to go out. Must have just landed on the line. But Zverev dealt with it well. Nevertheless, Sinner will be disappointed to hit that shot into the net, giving it game points to Zverev once again. Now Zverev will be desperate for a first serve here.
For sure. Great serve. Oh, what a backhand down the line. Sinner's chopped it back. He's got it back in play somehow. He's reset the rally. What a fantastic shot there from Sinner. Showing his fight now, and I'm really happy to see he's turned up. But what a backhand. You can't stop that. And it is Zverev, and we are going to tie break. We've got the Queen Leon in the chat. Not the King, the Queen. This game feels like the decider for the match. Wow.
Well, if the Queen means the tiebreak, yeah, quite possibly. Or even that last game, I think that was huge. Let's see. You'd think that Zverev has a bit more momentum now going into this tiebreak. Let's see. What do you think? Who's going to win the tiebreak? I'm going Zverev.
Yeah, let's get your tiebreak predictions in now. We got 7-4. I'm going to go in 7-5 Zverev. There you go.
Yeah, I'll go 7-5 Zverev as well.
Oh, John's
One
joined me.
love Sinner.
7-4 for Shavum. We've got 8-6 Ratchet for Sinner. We got Vincenzo with 7-2 for Zverev. JG with just 7-4. Doesn't care which way it goes, but he knows it's 7-4.
He'll claim victory. Whoever wins 7-4. He's that's very wily.
Sam H 7-5. Don't know who for. I'm guessing probably it's going to be Zverev. 7-4 Zverev. What's going on with the net? Is the thing messed up? It's always weird. Never understand these nets, how there's so much things go wrong with them. There you go. So fixed it. Zverev, part of the maintenance team here at the US Open.
It's a couple of net cords in this tie break. Wow.
So they're all saying 7-5 Sinner. 7-4 Sasha for Paul there.
Well, Sinner's off to a good start.
Nice serve, but he's got that one back in. Nice backhand cross court. Goes down the line. What a depth on that shot from Zverev.
Defense.
Yeah, it's great play from both. It's great volley from Zverev. It's too good. What a rally from both players. But Sasha Zverev really pulling out some shots right now.
Yeah, and that point, but there was also a point in the previous game where I just thought he's got it won. And it's quite demoralizing when you think you've got it won and your opponent still manages to get it back. Sinner, excellent defenses. And it can be off-putting because you think I've hit 2 or 3 winners in this game or in this point already. And then you can be put off, so to speak, and make a mistake. But Zverev is keeping his cool. Ooh. Although I say that, he's just hit it wide.
Well, it was a great return from Jannik Sinner, and it was too quick to control. And he stuck a racket on it. It flew wide. 2-1 Sinner. The mini break.
Sinner is dealing just a bit better now with the big serves. He's not only getting them back in, he's getting them back in with interest.
It's about
2-1 up. 2-1 up.
Better late than never, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, he's just missed the first serve, and that was a good one because it was unreturnable. The crowd applauded despite it being a fault. And now we're into the rally. He's playing it into Zverev's backhand. Zverev hits a short one there. He goes big. It's long from Zverev. I thought that one was going to fly long. Like
but you see, Sinner's forcing him to go big, and it's going to catch you out eventually.
Exactly. And I think that backhand down the line is a very choice shot. He needs to not go to it too often. And especially, I think he has to hit it naturally as well. When he tries to just blast it, it doesn't tend to go in. When he just does the nice motion and he's all in the flow, brilliant. It always works. Oh, just missed the first serve there. Net court bounces wide. This shadow on the court is bugging the hell out of me. Hell,
well, it's nearly going to be all the way across soon.
I know. I hope it will. I can't stand it. Backhand to backhand they go. Cross court. Down the line from Sinner. Zverev. It's long from Zverev. It's 4-1 Sinner.
Mixing it up there nicely, Sinner.
In the other match that's playing right now, they're in tie-break too. And it is Riley Opelka up 7-6 on serve. Harris to serve. He's got his turn to try and get his set point right now. He's got to save it.
Zverev in trouble.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, bear in mind, it's just one mini break. It looks a bit lopsided. It is just one mini break. If Zverev holds both of his serves here, but if he doesn't, he's in real trouble.
Yeah.
Is that first service as well?
Second.
No, first serve.
Oh, was it net?
Net cord. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. 4-2.
4-2. He'll take it. Now he gets to move down to the sunny side.
Sunny side up. New York fried egg.
Well, sunny side down here, I think.
Well, yeah.
Based upon the camera view.
Yeah.
Whoa.
2-4.
Is that going to benefit him? Sinner's been playing well at the bottom. Now he has to go to the top.
One of my favorite breakfast places in the world, by the way, is in New York, and it's a place I think it's called the Old Grey Dog in Manhattan,
Which part of it? In Manhattan?
Chelsea Village. I'm gonna say, but I could be wrong. I might be getting my geography wrong there, but it's certainly Manhattan downtown. Anyway,
Ace
from Zverev there.
That's it. That's all it takes. And now all the pressure back onto Jannik Sinner. It's only one mini break. All it takes. Guys, if you're just joining us, I want to say thank you very much. For starters, please hit the like button if you have just joined and subscribe if you're new. Join us for the big match coming up after this. Emma Raducanu against Shelby Rogers. Can Raducanu get to her first ever Grand Slam quarterfinal? Sinner serving. Misses the first.
Big moments.
I know, it's
Big
massive.
moments.
You've got a second serve to look at. Steps in, goes good. Oh, what a backhand there from Zverev. And there goes the mini break. We are back on serve at 4 points all in this tie break. Megs Carpentry, appreciate that, saying hit that like, please.
Thanks, Megs Carpentry.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, 4-all. That's huge. 3 points in a row there for Zverev, just when he needed it most.
Definitely. Sinner serving. Misses down the tee. It was close.
Yeah.
Really close. But it's a second serve again for Zverev to look at. It's a good serve, though. Got him on the back foot. Oh, nice slice from Zverev. Just over the net. Now he goes inside out. Oh, forehand. He's got Sinner. Oh, he's missed the volley, though, Zverev. He had Sinner in all sorts of trouble.
Zverev there did some excellent shots, nice slice, excellent forehand cross court that basically took Sinner right out, basically. Comes into the net as he should do, but didn't put the volley away.
Volley.
Yeah.
Horrible volley.
Yeah, it was a few centimeters out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just the wrong contact, wasn't it? It just got it just hit the wrong part of the racket. It was not the sweet spot.
4-5. 2 big serves needed here for Zverev.
Indeed.
Otherwise, he's going to face a set point.
Well, yeah. Massive serve. Oh,
excellent
it's a
return.
Winner! Jannik Sinner on the return.
Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner.
Zverev serves.
Here we go.
That's too good.
He's got one back.
He's going to be, serving. He's got the chance to serve for this set. You get one chance. You only get one shot, one opportunity. This is 8 Mile time for Jannik Sinner.
It's set point number 4, but crucially,
it's That's what it feels like right now.
It's on his serve. Here we go.
Massive serve. He steps in. It's wide. Oh, no, he's hit it wide. What has he done? It was on top of the net. It was on top of the net.
Probably the easiest one of the day. You know, we've mentioned some other errors he's made.
What has he done?
That's mental. Mental as in crazy, but also mental as in...
Oh, Sinner.
It's seeing a chance to get back into the match right in front of your eyes, because basically, just to explain this to those that can't see, first serve, excellent, down the tee. Zverev gets his racket on it, but it just makes it back over the net. But it's a nice, comfortable, almost perfect spot. You couldn't choose a better spot to be on the court for him to just basically hit away a nice, easy forehand, but he puts it wide. Anyway,
good serve there from Sinner. There you go. He's got set
Another
point
set
again.
point.
Don't get downhearted. Yeah,
that's impressive.
I mean, it was just horrible to watch him put that easy shot wide. I mean, he could have put it anywhere on the court. He could have just tapped it over and it would have been a winner. He went full power and missed it. Now it's Zverev's time to sweat. It's set point number 5 for Jannik Sinner right now. Ace. What else would it have been from Alex Zverev? That's all he does, isn't it?
7-all. Clutch.
Say, if he was playing poker, I wouldn't want to be playing against him.
7-7. This is a big point because Zverev's not had a set point yet.
Massive serve. Great return. Zverev goes cross court. Sinner, good return cross court as well. Sinner steps in with a backhand. Now he's on the back pedal. Backhand to backhand. And he's into the net. And now it's set point. Alex Zverev. It's match point. Alex Zverev. More importantly.
Yeah, I should have said that rather than
around.
Yeah.
Just like that. And I need to press the button before it all runs out.
Match point.
Just like that. He had 2 aces up his sleeve like every great poker player. Zverev, now a chance. Great serve from Jannik Sinner. Goes cross court. Zverev loops it up. Sinner into the net. And Alex Zverev wins in 3 straight sets. It is just like that. Alex Zverev, the victor. Let's go, Sasha Zverev. Yes, indeed. Sasha Zverev wins 3 sets to love in the end. And what a dramatic end after quite a run-of-the-mill match with just a break and Sinner not playing too well at the business end. Suddenly came to life at the right time. I just hope that he gets over that because that was, I don't know, it's just a real mental. That's going to hopefully not sit on his mind tonight. Or he probably won't sleep tonight because of that.
Well, tonight maybe will be an issue, but I just think long term it should be. I mean, if that's a 5th set tie break, if that's a 5th set tie break, or if that's match point that he's throwing away there, then that's horrible. But even if he does win that tie break, which he should have done, I mean, if we think about a couple other times, a couple other errors on the volley, next gen are terrible at volleys. Fed mentioned this. Well, maybe he's got a point there. Although this is the next
Thanks for the
gen,
super chat, Vanch, as well. Really appreciate that, buddy. You obviously earned yourself. If you wanted to get yourself, Vanch asking, did you get my super chat? Sorry, mate. There was so much going on with the match. I'm not ignoring it. Really appreciate it, buddy. You can have your pick of player button that you want on. I'll have to try and set it up though. That's all, if you don't mind. But John,
I mean, if it takes you a minute or so to set up, but you don't know which player he wants right now,
no,
right?
I don't know. But Vanch is already on the top tippers, so I need to add that in for him.
Cool. Yeah, no, I can just talk us through a few seconds at least anyway. Jannik Sinner. I mean, I guess it will be a match for what might have been. I don't know how many set points he had in total in the end. I mean, we already mentioned like 8 or 10 break points or whatever it was. That he only took advantage of once in the entire match. But then he's also had, I'm going to hazard a guess and say 4 set points, one of which was on his serve, and 5 set points, one of which was on his serve, and one of which also was just there. As I mentioned in commentary at the time, he gets in an excellent first serve. Zverev does quite well to get it back, but not really well enough to trouble Sinner, so to speak. Gets it over the net, but you just couldn't put it any better. I mean, it wasn't on the volley, but you just couldn't place it any better. I mean, it was just over the net, not at any great pace. I mean, Sinner comes in, does exactly the right thing to try and put it away. But again, it's not like he gets it a millimeter out. It's probably a few centimeters out, put it like that.
Yeah, it was far enough though, wasn't it? And when you're right on top of the net, you've got all the angles in the world to play with, and he missed it.
You could even just hit that down the center of the court, to be honest with you. And you hit it at power. There's not much.
It over. He probably wouldn't have moved.
Well, there's that
baseline
too, although you can sort of overhit that, can't you? In terms of overhitting the tap, and then it's
pressed it and it bounces up nicely.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you mean. But if you put a bit of slice on it, maybe you might get away with it. But yeah, there you go. Megs Carpentry's just accepted, saying Fakina button. Okay, enjoy Ben's tune making. Well, Vanch, you earned it, mate.
He's got his eyes on the prize and the look in his eyes. He's got his eyes on the prize and the look in his eyes. He's got his eyes on the prize and the look in
Anyway, we can't stay too long on this one. Please, guys, if you have not liked the video yet, please like it. If you have liked it, don't unlike it. Yeah. If you please hit the like button, subscribe if you have just joined us. Please join us for the next match, because this is where it's gonna go mad. I think I'm going to go crazy, because it's Emma Raducanu is in the 4th round against Shelby Rogers at the US Open. This one is going to be drama. Whether she wins or loses, I'm having another cider. It's going to start kicking off. We're going to enjoy it. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. JG might even be back for it. I know he's super pumped. He wants to watch Emma Raducanu as well. But for now, I think we should wrap this one up, mate.
Yep.
I appreciate John joining us. Thanks, everyone in the chat as well. And see you in a few minutes for Emma Raducanu. Come on, the GB. But well done, Zverev. See you in a sec, guys.
Cheers.